Yeah, now you're live.
Hello, everybody.
And Patricia's in the horrible racism is very good
but
stuff.
Patricia's has given a bit of a fun, spicy meat chat, which we will be talking about, and we will get into in just a few minutes. However,
very good.
Before we do, I just now finished, like just a few minutes ago. And by the way, if this is a bit shit, blame me because I did only spend this afternoon on it, but. This is unlisted as of now. It's a preview, right? Because I also don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for playing this music, but you haven't seen it yet either, right?
Okay, go on.
Of course you haven't. Okay, so there we go. That's better.
Okay.
So I spent so much time on the Queen Elizabeth one and General Monarchy, but
my eyes hurt looking at the 3D effects.
It's called chromatic aberration.
It's called traumatic brain injury, is what that's called.
And I like chromatic aberration. This is Zoomers like it too.
That's not an endorsement, Hayden. That is like the exact opposite.
No, I legitimately like the effect of chromatic aberration. However, I finished this up. This just literally like 30 minutes ago. Not even, you guys. So I should have been doing it over the last week, but I was finishing my video I'm making for my main channel, and I forgot to do it. So here's the King Charles III video that I should have done for the coronation, and I didn't. But we are a monarchy channel, so here's the monarchy video. Let's go.
What's up, Nicholas?
What's up, Nicholas? They're all British monarchs.
Are you sure?
Yes. I was pretty clear about it.
It looked like Nicholas Saab.
It wasn't, though.
A second ago.
That was not Nicholas. No, it looks like him. I know, I double checked.
It looks a lot like him, actually.
Everyone in here is a British monarch. Okay, now I have to go back and start from the beginning.
Why?
Interrupted because jam. And listen, I found this great song.
Do you just want an excuse to play the freaking sound again?
Yes, I do, because I really like it.
No, for God's sake.
I worked on this.
That.
It's not Nikki.
Victoria.
Wait till the lyrics drop. Wait, just wait, guys. Wait. You'll see why I picked this song. Well, that's what I've done. That's what I spent my afternoon doing. It's a very white montage. I came into funk music, yes. Yeah, I wanted to find... Well, I told you I was going to do what I was going to do with it, and I did what I wanted to do with it, which is I used funk music, because I like funk.
It's very bizarre considering what I have in my background for the stream and what you have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because mine's background
very
different.
Yeah, he
60%
applied for the
chance.
job at he applied for the job at 18 and got it at 73. What a chat.
God, that's kind of sad, actually.
That's how monarchy works.
I know,
That's
but
how
that's,
mafia works.
royal duties was, you know.
So I hope you enjoyed that starter. We may have gotten claimed, although I don't think so.
I hope
I've
not.
given all. No, because I've given all the. Well, when the video goes up, I wanted to show you guys here first. Hopefully, I literally finished it like
Someone
20 minutes
asked you
ago.
what the hell
so.
is funk? The thing that gives me a headache and the thing that gives Aiden joy.
That kind of music that I just played.
Go for cathedral choir music. I agree, Jake. That is very true.
I'm trying to make it cool for Zoomers.
We don't have any Zoomers who watch this freaking show. You're doing the woke thing,
You
which is appealing
see
to
the
audience members that don't
problem?
exist.
Trying to make monarchy look cool, dude.
Then you need like a
Speak-
shirtless guy battling someone with an axe, which honestly would be more
yeah.
appealing, actually.
All right. Well, it's just my little me. I like
Zoomy
Stuff.
gay things.
I like my little. I like that kind of editing. There's something I like it being slick and fast and burning your eyes. I like that.
By
Like
the way,
it.
funk is something that, if you are familiar with 3D work, is very close to fong, which is a type of material that is used for like plastic surfacey kind of look.
Everybody being like,
You have,
"Hello,
like-
fellow Zoomers." Yeah, true.
You have like Lambert, Blinn, and Fong. Like
Classic woman logic.
yeah, if you guys,
No.
if any of you have ever done 3D work, you will know what those words mean.
Look, I haven't. Look, I really just because I like as I've
She just
I've
enjoys
actually
memeing on all of you.
no
And the fact that
I
you're kind of upset is kind of amusing to her.
I'm not upset. I've shown videos
No, that
before.
they're
This
upset,
guy,
not you.
oh, this guy called Trad West, and I really like his videos. He puts out these little like TikTok style videos. Can I play one real quick? One Trad West video, just to illustrate what I'm talking about. 'Cause
Okay.
they're really short. Because
This is like entertaining someone with autism.
I spoke to Trad West in emails a while back, and then he went away for a little bit. He's back now, but
You
like,
scared him.
no, I didn't scare him. He went away for a little bit. That makes it really sound like I scared him.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm making fun of it for.
Because I was like, oh, like your videos are so good, and I really like this. Okay, should I good for evil, which way modern man, or reject weak, embrace masculinity, which one should I play?
I think I know that.
I
I
played
think I
both
know
of
the
them for you.
video just by the title.
It's not left versus right. It's good versus evil. Reject modernity, embrace tradition. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
I
I
have
like.
seen that guy.
Well, I'm the one who showed him to you.
No, you
Um,
ass.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Aiden, if you were to see my
Uh,
YouTube history, you would be surprised at some of the shit that I watch.
I showed you this. So,
I mean, it's overwhelmingly
got-
like ASMR shit with Asian chicks,
I
but,
got-
you know.
oh look, does this image look familiar? But because it was the start of my video as well. All
That's
right.
copyright.
Oh, no, it was because it's from the watch. Okay, so if this is familiar, the start of my video. This guy like inspired me to make videos like I just, you know. They're great.
What do you notice about all of that?
With it's all Western.
Yes, it's more specifically
Obviously.
another W word.
White.
That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna be talking about
Why people have no culture except the fact that you're speaking English, wearing our clothes, and in our land, obeying our laws, you peasant.
we're gonna be talking about that. I think that's actually
You
a good.
ungrateful peasant swine.
This I hope this all flows well then, because let's first talk about the whiny, another W word, about the British royal family being terribly white.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit,
What are you
guys.
doing here?
Yeah, Bill says Prince Philip's Greek, so he's not white.
We've gone from the rich diversity.
Bill, hang on, I'm trying to listen to something here. He
Very
keeps
quiet,
shouting
everyone.
upstairs at me.
We've gone from the the rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony.
Terribly white balcony. Look at the woman next to her. She looks disgusted by this critique.
Good. That's the right attitude.
Generations and thinking, what are the nuances that they will inhabit as they grow? We've gone from the
Yeah, terribly white. It's just, even again, the woman next to her looks sickened by it. So, what happened at the coronation?
Do you know what's
I
the
got-
funny thing about this?
What? Oh, a lot, but go ahead.
There was like there's like over 1,300 complaints about this.
Of course there were.
Do you have is there an article about it?
I always, no, I didn't see that.
The one that I had earlier, there was like over 1,300 complaints about it. And it's
I mean,
funny-
I'm sure there were.
It's the funniest thing. This is so absurd. You just have to mock this. There was this many complaints, and she apologized naturally, which is quite funny. For once, they actually do apologize. I didn't know it was in there. Can't you show empathy? Anyway.
Here we go.
The thing that
Yeah.
that was said that was so funny is that she said she didn't think she'd upset people. This was the first before she apologized. The person who said like, "Oh, you didn't upset anyone," was an Irish guy by the name of
Yeah.
Paddy O'Connell.
Wow, that's almost as Irish as you get.
Let me get this straight. There is an ungrateful African wench in the UK, and the person that said, "You do not have to say sorry because you didn't offend or bother anyone," is an Irish guy.
Well, yeah,
called Paddy
they
O'Connell.
hate
That
the
whole
monarchy,
situation
dude.
is so absurd. You just have to laugh at it. Like, this is why, like, Ireland, this is why the English have routinely kicked the shit out of you for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
why they
it-
make better rulers than you suck.
Oh yeah, this Daily Mail article goes over people not being happy.
I watched that guy. That guy
this
with
guy?
the dress. Yes, I wanted to smack him upside his head because, like, the shit that he said, like, why do you say this now? Well, you uppity house.
Oh, watch your words, sir.
Feck off. I'm white.
Why
Why is Nelson
it is
Mandela
a,
there?
no, that's from like 2009.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, that's Morgan
Think-
Freeman.
No, that's Morgan Freeman. Yeah, where was Nelson Mandela?
I was confused. Like, that's from the movie Invictus. I was like, why the hell is
Oh
Nelson
yeah,
Mandela
it's
here?
I'm sorry. Morgan Freeman. Scroll past
Yeah,
it
no,
face
no,
really
no,
quickly.
no.
I'm
Instant
no,
jokes
I'm
about they all
saying
look alike.
no. I scrolled past it really quickly, and I also thought he was Nelson Mandela because when you scroll past it really quickly, he does look a bit like Nelson Mandela. I'm gonna get called racist for forever for that fucking
I'm
mistake.
allowed to say that. He was my president at a point.
Yeah, there you go. But is that not true? Am I wrong?
That he was
Is it
my
not-
president at
if-
one point? Like, yeah,
No,
that's true.
no. That if you just look at like a flash instance of a picture of Morgan Freeman, kind of looks like Nelson.
Well, yeah, that's why he was chosen as
Bill,
Nelson
no,
Mandela.
Bill's coming up here to be racist. Bill, don't come up here and be racist.
Bill, say
No.
race things.
No, don't do it.
Yes.
Bill, we just started. You have to wait.
It's like pause your racism for release.
What are you trying? You got to speak.
I believe that Morgan Freeman is of the same like national heritage. Nelson, I think they're both like same name.
Probably, but it's only if you
They've got
scroll
the very
past
heavy
him real quick.
They've both got very heavy jowls, great dark grey hair.
If you scroll past him real quick.
They've both got
By
similar-
the way, I saw
they've both
some.
got-
He did a good job of Nelson Mandela, by the way.
I also saw a picture earlier when I was making that video for King Charles, where I saw a picture of Joe Biden and I thought it was King Charles for a second, just because like the angle was weird, and I was like, oh shit, what? Look, sometimes people look similar if you're not looking very carefully. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for. Dang it. Oh well. Anywho,
You're discussing someone else being racist. I think you'll be all right.
no. So, direct
Yes.
attack on democracy. Head of anti-monarchy protests slammed. Arrests after. So what happened is some of them got arrested.
Hold on a
Like-
second. Direct
'Cause they-
attack on democracy by having a go at the monarchy?
Monarchy? I know. Isn't it the most interesting headline you've ever freaking read?
What? My
What?
brain is
I know.
fried trying to understand what you just said.
I know.
What?
Them getting arrested for protesting the monarchy is a direct attack on democracy. It just goes to show that these words don't mean
How?
anything to people. They don't even know what Spoon, they don't know what the fuck these words mean. They're just slogans. They mean nothing.
This is like literally the same thing as America, the Our Democracy thing. It is. It's a
By the way,
slogan.
And look at this photo. Not my king, not my king. Princess of our heart, Meghan Markle.
I hate you. I hate England. Why do you have this discount
Meghan Markle, who has
font?
Princess of our heart. She is in no way.
She's not even royal. She's
royalty.
like a classless Hollywood harlot.
Yes, just some Hollywood bint that Harry
Well done.
got, I don't know, tricked into marrying for some bizarre reason.
She was so bad, even Trump just said Harry's gonna need help.
I know. Okay, so
luck with him,
a
he's
direct
gonna need
attack on our democracy is attacking monarchy.
There's something. Just look at this photograph. Just scroll up for a second.
Yeah.
No, scroll up.
Oh,
Look at
wait,
the signs.
Yeah.
Look, the signs are so neatly packed away. Everyone
Yeah.
is well dressed and orderly. It's so British. Even the protesting is so clean.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
the old-
English.
right.
It's so terribly English.
But again, it's also, this is
Oh,
ridiculous.
God.
This is absolutely absurd. Like,
Not my king.
Not
Yes,
my
it is
king.
actually.
but
This
actually he
country is
is. And
ours.
sorry,
What?
like, yeah, his country is ours. It is, sort of, but
Yes,
it
but
actually
it belongs
belongs
to
to
the
someone
king.
else.
Yeah.
You live in
You
it.
just live there, yeah. I got to vote for the king. No, you didn't, bitch. That's how you know it's not actually your
No,
country. It's that
no.
he owns it and you're a subject of
How
his royal
cute
majesty.
though that they want Meghan Markle to be their prince. How much irony is compacted into this?
By
Of
the way,
like,
Meghan-
not my king, not my king, but please, can you make this random American actress into our princess?
Oh, yes, by the way,
You idiot.
Just by the way, Megan, I know you don't know history very well, but the royals have a tendency to get rid of women it doesn't like.
Yeah, it has happened.
Yeah, usually through German automobiles.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. It's so funny. Again, I love this headline. I love that.
but just the complete
What?
absurdity of the bloody thing.
Yeah, direct attack on democracy ahead of anti-monarchy protest slams.
It's actually not a direct attack on democracy, unless you mean the existence
No,
of the
it's
royals
not- it's
are a
not
direct attack on democracy, which
It's
case
a
it is.
Exactly. It's not a democracy. It's a constitutional monarchy, and you can fuck
God,
off.
I wish the king did actually have executive powers.
Me too.
I actually think he would be a better king.
Look
than
at
the
this
West
sign.
Stooges in-
Don't you think this all is a bit silly? I do think.
I do think
I'm-
everything around you is a bit
Yes,
silly. Yes,
is a
I
bit
do
silly.
agree.
I agree.
You have literally thousands of people standing next to you, or hundreds of people who they don't know saying, "This is not my king." It's like this line has existed for like 800 friggin' years. It is the
Yeah,
current
exactly.
one. So the idea that this is not your king, no, the king and his reign supersedes you by several generations, spanning
Yeah, just a couple.
over half a millennia. You absolute donkey.
Just like 1,000. Rob Walker became a member, upgraded. Oh, he was a member, and he upgraded from to the knight status. Thank you, Rob Walker. Gary Thomas
have
for
ranks?
5 says, "Yes, we do." Gary Thomas for 5
feel like I
says,
should
"Hey,
know this.
Dynamic Duo." Says, "Hey, Dynamic Duo. I have to say, I prefer Kate to Megan any day of the week. Absolutely, Kate
course,
looked
she has
regal.
class.
Kate looked royal. Kate looked elegant. Megan wasn't there. Harry was she there?
Who?
Harry was. Meghan Markle.
No, she wasn't there.
Harry
she was off
was.
doing blow off someone's dick or something.
Of course. She was surely sucking dicks. And the Western education system failed people. How true. Kizza, who's been a member for 4 months, says, "Good evening, and God save all, and God save the king. I want to announce that my niece is becoming a trans Texan, which I hope you all support. I will
don't even know what that
take a
means.
look at that video. Well, we'll play the video. Is this an okay video to play on YouTube, Kizza?
Probably not.
Aiden Spoon, can you play the clip so we can all enjoy? Let's see what because if this is fuck. All right. Oh, here we go. It's fine.
I have actually seen women fire heavy ass handguns
It's
or
rough,
pistols,
dude.
and that happens with the recoil. There's
Yeah.
that one famous one that like skinny bitch fires a 50 cal. 150 cal, a Desert Eagle, and it just ricochets and whacks
Oh,
her right
yeah,
in
yeah.
the forehead. Like, yeah, because the gun is bigger than your forearm. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
barrel is
huge.
thicker than you. Like, yeah, of course it's gonna hit you in the friggin' head, you dozy bin.
Peter, who's been a member for 7 months, says, "Not my king. Throw him in the channel. He can swim to his king." Yeah,
Ooh.
good point. Go swim to your king, whoever the fuck he is.
Satan,
Whatever.
because he's gonna drown and die.
Yeah, well, yeah, right to the bottom.
Hey, look, it's
so,
Hassan.
Oh, he does look like Hassan. So, I don't have the audio for this. I just saw
Do we
this
have the clip of
portrait.
Hassan getting hassled by the kid?
Yes.
Oh god, we do.
Okay.
Oh,
so I
this-
don't have
this is
the
the
I don't have
funniest
the
thing.
audio for this, but this is from Coronation, and I just
Can you just pause and just look at this?
I want to play it though. I don't have the
but
audio.
just look at the absurdity of this picture.
Doesn't it feel like a minstrel show to you though? That
'cause
like
it
they
is.
got because they were like, let's put the black people all up together to sing so
All
that we
dressed
can
in
look
white.
progressive. Yeah, all dressed in white so we can look very progressive. And we all have to sit here through our 1,000-year-old monarchic
Reign.
ceremony and let them have like a 5-minute or what, like 40-second thing. And it gets, you can see it where, again, like I'm not saying this is wrong or right, but just look at this. Again, no audio, but look at the faces. Oh my god.
That eye roll is
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's staring so hard. There's all the eye rolls, I know. Oh my god. It's a very British
I'm
face.
gonna be honest, if I just look at everyone in this photo, in my entire life, I have never seen a clearer example of judgment on people's faces, which is like, we are better than you and you clearly do not belong here.
Yeah, as
It is
Mono
so
Yutsushai says,
obvious.
look
all
at
over
the
their
absurdity.
faces.
Look at the absurdity. They're just like either trying to avoid looking at it or laughing, and there's nothing in between.
Yes, it's
Oh, that's the princess, by the way.
it's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
She has the best look, actually, of all of them.
I know, just like what?
This look of just contempt.
There was another thing where there was complaints that Harry, who was there, was cucked by a hat. Wait, what?
Literally.
Oh, it's this. I told you before that this page 6 article had the longest freaking URL I'd ever seen. So I looked it up.
I just like
Prince
the
Harry
look on all their faces.
blocked
It was great.
by Princess Anne's big feather and another coronation snub. Look at this. Wait. His face got covered. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time his face got covered, says Phil. Yep. How dare Princess Anne? Do you think it was on purpose, Spoon?
Yes.
I do.
She must know where she's sitting.
She must. That they put her with that big.
Also, the hat looks just
Freaking
this
feather.
looks like a freaking pirate hat.
It does look like a pirate hat. They just had her sit there with that big feather cap right in front of his stupid face. What? I mean, like, it's astonishing he was even there.
Yes.
Like, you're kind of ousted from the royals, aren't you, dude?
Yes, because you were disgraced and you went off with a yank, which is
You, not,
just
no,
the
it's,
history
it's
of your
fine,
country is so disgraceful.
fine to go out with a yank. Potentially. Potentially. If
Oh,
they're
I'm about to
of
say.
otherwise royal blood and they're born a yank, okay, we could maybe have an argument.
Have
But
royal
it's
blood
an
in
actress.
America.
I do allegedly, supposedly, like 1,000 years back, as do many Americans. Don't get too about it. Did I?
You're
I'm-
upset by the fact that you have just royalty in general. Just
No, it's not. It's not royalty. It's House of
your,
Bewdley.
Your countrymen, which is just like, yeah, like, we
My
don't like
family was a
monarchy
House of
'cause we're a
Bewdley, my dude.
republic. And you're
Mhm.
really cringing gay with your federalism and your overwhelming oligarchy that's
Look,
currently
this
ruling
one-
through this puppet stooge you currently have called the President of the United States.
Uh,
Yeah. How's your
All right.
Federal Republic now, you fags?
Whoa! Did you see that?
Yeah, I said I'm not apologizing, eat a dick.
Well, we're now fucked.
No, I could just say it's the English one. Cigarette, you'll be fine.
Oh my. I guess yeah, you could pretend that you're. I'm just English. I don't know.
Look, there's one on screen.
I know.
Actually, there's probably several.
I'm trying to find. Yes, Earl Baldwin of Bewdley. So Stanley Baldwin is my ancestor. He's my great uncle, right? So that's my single tie to the air.
There's something called
It's not a
Yeti
very
Yeti in the
close-
chat. That's a great name.
It's not a very close. There's my tie to the I don't really care. But it's still funny as hell.
And yet we
This-
beat
this
your
shit's
limey
so
ass.
funny.
William, I am
Yeah.
not. I'm not English, so I don't know how you can call me limey. I mean,
Yeah,
my line
he's a
is
South African.
My line, I think, as far as my father's as far as my father is concerned, is mainly German and French.
You're a fucking Dutchoid.
Yes, I know that's the main one, Afrikaners, but as according to my father, our line is mainly German, which I don't actually mind. Yeah, all hail the Kaiser.
Well, it's nice that we did have a nice little 20 minutes there to talk about monarchy a little bit. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy watching the coronation?
Well, yeah, I watched the whole thing.
As did I. There's no reason to over litigate it. It is what it is. I thought, why don't we? Another thing I'd like to introduce you guys to.
Yeah, the French had
as we start the stream.
absolutism. I
'Cause this-
give French credit for that.
Right. I understand that this isn't that interesting to people who don't care about monarchy. It's probably not interesting to anybody. I mean, the
You should know
feather
you're
in
gonna
the
get on
face.
this podcast. I mean, for
Right.
heaven's
The
sake.
feather in the face is funny, but I do have something that I think
Yeah, it is funny.
watch together. Yeah, boy.
Something to watch together?
What is Alex Stein doing?
Who is the guy on the right, by the way?
I have no idea who the guy in the.
And why is his nipple blue?
He's got tape over it, I guess.
Okay.
So this is Alex Stein, a conservative media pundit, who you may remember from him calling AOC a big booty Latina. The caption on this is WTF is this? And I agree. What?
Please tell me that's a doll behind him.
Yeah, they're on a Star Trek set, and that's a doll. Yeah, it's a mannequin. But
Say, that's
what
the skinniest legs I've ever seen.
the hell is this?
I'm sorry, just have a banana. Just eat the banana. Eat the banana, it's gonna be okay. Eat the banana. Eat the banana. Stick it in your mouth. Stick it in your mouth.
Ian Crossland is here.
Why is Ian there?
Ian Crossland is here looking. I mean, okay.
This is a
Ian's
Blaze.
face. Yes, it's at the Blaze. Ian's
What the-
face is. I know. Ian's reaction is exactly my reaction. Is what?
That guy on the
Like,
left
what
finds
is
it funny, by the
happening?
way.
What is happening?
He looks like he's trying to hide laughter.
What is happening?
Stick it in your mouth. Stick it in your mouth. Stick it all the way in there.
What?
Get it in there.
This is quality conservative Blaze material.
Get it all the way in. As deep as it'll go. Okay.
Even Ian was confused.
Kind of gerbils eat.
That's how durable.
I would really like to know what was the context
I
behind
have
this.
no idea. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But how would this ever have happened? What is this?
That's good. Keep eating it. Suck on the banana. Oh, don't drop
This is
the banana. Keep
conservative
sucking on it.
media.
You're not finished yet. All the way to the finish, there. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Again, what was the context behind this? Because this looks really, really bad, Alex.
No,
What-
Otagosa, no, I don't recognize Don Terrius because I don't watch this, but I don't watch this particular show. But this is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. In context or out of context? Isn't that Don Terrius? No, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. I am not familiar with Don Terrius or whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. But I think we all have to admit,
Atomic said when you enter /B at any given point of the day.
I think no matter what, even if you're
Oh,
a fan
God.
of whatever this show is, I think you have to admit that this is really weird.
I don't know how the hell they get away with this.
What? Does it come off as a little bit racist, by the way? Yeah. A little bit.
I mean, it's a bit anti-capitalist. You're feeding someone a banana for free. That's some altruism shit.
it's a bit strange. I honestly don't understand.
As you can tell, I'm desperately trying to move away from this.
Show got canceled. Adult Swim level content. Funny as fuck. Really, Junebug? I mean, it does feel like Adult Swim. I just wouldn't expect it from the Blaze. Well, is that what it was? It was like an Adult Swim style show?
Canceled. What does it say if you scroll down in the comments?
Shuon Head said Crowder Energy.
Oh god, yeah, totally is Crowder Energy.
Paris. Look, if this was the Eric Andre show, yeah. It just looks okay. Again, I don't know anything about this, but I saw this clip and I was like, what? Sorry, what? Guys, Darius, not Dawn Terry. It's still such a weird freaking clip.
Yeah, no shit.
It's so bizarre. I mean, and again, I don't know. I'm weirded out by the clip. I think it's really funny, but it's also very like, what is this? I don't know. I don't watch the show, so what I do watch though, or used to watch, was Tucker Carlson, and they keep leaking Tucker Carlson bits that
there's more?
Keep making him look good. Yes.
Great length. It was actually pretty funny. I said, you know, she tried to get, I was like, she's got a lot of liberals working over there. And, you know, they see this as war. And we're the main force on the other side. And like, that's crazy. If you've got pronouns in your Twitter bio, you shouldn't work here. Because we can't trust you because you're on the other side. And she goes, well, who? And I said, I'm not going to name names because I don't know who did it. And I'm definitely not going to cast aspersions on someone unfairly. Just because you're liberal doesn't mean you did this. It does mean you shouldn't work here. And Roger would never.
He's talking about leaks coming out of Fox, right? Including this, which is a leak, by the way. But here it is.
Never put up with this shit. Why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? They see this as war. It's like, I'm not that. I'm an actual liberal. Like, I'm totally fine being like.
That's completely true. No, I don't know about him being liberal. But it is true that the left absolutely believes that they're at war with us. And it is a matter of life or death. It's not politics. It's not plain politics. Back and forth. It is a war for their lives. That's how they see it, which is why they act the way they do. And when you understand that,
like
it makes
psychopaths.
Yes, because they are. But it makes their behavior make much more sense when you understand they think that we're literally at war.
Like, our makeup artist is like a screaming lefty. No, but I'm not that way, as you know, but they are that way. And I said, I'm not ashamed of anything I said.
You now look like you recently had COVID. You look fresh-faced and healthy.
But do you know what I mean, Justin?
I know
If you've got like that horrible guy who
he seems so normal. He's just talking to other people in the fucking studio like a normal dude. This is supposed to be a dunk, a leak to destroy Tucker Carlson. How's it working?
was just horrible, who was Judge Janine's guy. I couldn't. Yeah, that guy. He's like a screaming left-wing lunatic. Why does he work here? What? He totally dicked over his anchor, and then we expect he's not going to dick over the network? Like, I don't...
I mean, good question, right? Why do you hire left-wing loonies? He dicks over one anchor. Why would you not anticipate him to keep dicking over other ones?
The thing that makes me confused about all of this is that if you look at Tucker's behavior and you just think, oh, he just sounds like a normal guy, like there's nothing incriminating about this. The first question I want to ask is, the people who leaked this thinking it is, why do you think this is incriminating? That's the bit I don't get. Like, this is how normal humans
because he called them lefty
talk.
loonies, right? And even though they constantly call every Republican a Nazi, calling them a loony is...
You people don't know what men and women are. You're not allowed to call anyone else a lunatic.
Kiss it for £5 says, Aiden, check DMs. I did. Would everyone wish my nephew happy birthday today? And he loved all his presents. Uncle Godfrey. Thank you, Kizza. Please wish Kizza's nephew a happy.
If you got pronouns in your Twitter bio, you shouldn't be seen by other human beings, let alone freaking work at Fox.
Yes, that's true as well. The Twitter bio stuff is like he's completely right though.
Yes.
If you have pronouns in your bio, I pretty much automatically just disregard anything you say.
Well, yeah.
Sorry. Because you're lunatic. Because you're lunatic. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I know you're. Oh shoot. Because I know you're lunatic. Did I? Fuck it. I didn't. Oh, I did. Shoot.
Talked to her at great length.
Hang on. I think we were like.
I've been freaking streaming my screen this whole bloody time.
It was just horrible. Who was Judge Janine's guy?
Sorry.
I couldn't. Yeah, that guy. He's like a screaming left-wing lunatic. Why does he work here? What?
You know what I like about
He
Tucker?
totally dicked over his.
So many things. But you notice the cadence, how he speaks, is exactly
I
the same
suppose.
way he is on the air.
Yeah. Well, I would say, and you probably know this from speaking to me, is that after a while, kind of fall into it, right?
A certain way of speaking.
Yeah, I would say a certain way of speaking. Even if you're off air.
I mean, I don't really think that's the case with me because I don't sound any different on and off.
Do you think I do? Because I think I probably do.
No, you sound fairly the same. I would say your language is a bit more tempered, and so is mine.
In recorded videos versus live, 100%. There's a massive difference. But that's because I'm
here. Because as soon as the microphone goes off, like, okay, we can say the F and horrible words now.
It's not just that, just that I.
We enjoy saying gamer words.
You and I, by the way, we talked. When did we start our call today? Like 3 p.m. We've been talking like all day, on and off. We were both working on projects, so we weren't like talking.
And then making fun of weird shit.
Yeah. That's it is what it is. Anywho, let's finish this Tucker.
Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to find out when did the call start.
I'm not fake. It's just that, well, Spoon can attest this as well. Is that when you're recording a video and you're sitting there alone and you're talking into your microphone, you inherently sound a little bit different because you're talking to nobody.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I sound much different when I'm on stream as I do when I'm off. I definitely sound different than I do in my videos. That's
people ask like, what happened to last week's stream? Yeah, the internet cut off.
Oh yeah. Oh, that right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That was frustrating. Oh well.
My apologies. There's nothing I can do about it. I tried to get it back, and then I realized that what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Very strange. We're
gonna watch some Vivek footage.
Okay, so you and I have actually been talking since noon.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just 3. It's been 3 hours before.
Fuck, dude, I've been talking for 9 hours. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get through this because I got so much stuff. I really want to get into the Tim Pool stuff and the.
I'd like to get into the Nazi shit.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into the Nazi shit.
Which is not something I should say. Sorry, I totally slipped into a pun there.
Let's get through the
something I should say.
more boring. Although I love these Tucker videos.
And then we expect he's not going to dick over the network. Like, I don't have specific information on it, but I would. It's just. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm always telling my children, like, you know what the truth is. You can feel it. Don't lie to yourself.
My boy drinks San Pellegrino based.
She's so great.
He seemed like such a nice guy. Just like, she's so great. He's talking about the makeup artist.
You know how many people like Tucker more after these so-called exposés? You absolute idiot. You don't even know human relations, and you think you can run a society. Yeah. Like, the elites are so retarded when it comes to just.
I'll show you in a second here the best they've got on Tucker, because this one is like, oh, you pronounce your bio, and they're crying about that. That's it. Actually, then he just goes into his monologue. This is the best they've got. This is their destruction.
Sure, it's personal.
Oh, this one.
I'm not speaking of you, but more in general of ladies. When they go to the ladies' room and powder their noses, is there actually nose powdering going on?
Sometimes.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Most of the time it's lipstick.
Do pillow fights ever break out? You don't have to.
Not in the bed.
Okay. No.
Like,
That's obviously a joke. Come on.
it's obviously a joke. But this is their fucking smoking gun, by the way.
How?
Because they're saying that nose powdering secretly refers to cocaine. And then he's talking about pillow fights by being sexual. And then he's clearly joking. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, these people don't understand humor, so I wouldn't expect them to actually understand.
Yeah,
when
obviously.
someone's being funny.
Yeah.
Activity. Okay.
This is naughty nurse territory.
I'm sorry. So you are such a good sport, such a good person.
He's so kind. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, we love you.
He
Like,
just said it was a joke basically right there. He just said you're a good sport. So he's acknowledging it as a joke.
yes. Just making a little joke to someone doing his makeup. It's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Again, all this shit has done is made Tucker look better. And they're so desperate to make him look worse.
like a human being.
Not only made him look human, but made him look like a good human, honestly. Like a normal.
And a funny
good-
one.
Yes.
I know you do, but you do not deserve that, and I mean it with great affection.
I got you, man. Which way do you want to go?
He even said she didn't deserve his joke. Wow. In the clip you leaked to make him look bad.
The medium
Yes,
matters
ma'am.
one is still the best
Sorry.
one.
Let me
Yeah.
tune in.
And he said,
Unbelievable.
like, Media Matters, fuck you. And then Media Matters showed that clip. Like,
Yep.
you just basically showed a clip of him swearing at you, and then you played it. You look like an idiot. That just makes you look stupid, because that's funny. And now you look like a twat of your own
CNN
making, which is like, why, you absolute donkey?
And CNN has referred to him as a right-wing extremist.
Dude, if Tucker is a right-wing extremist, what the hell are you and I?
I know.
We're like archdemons then.
I guess so, right?
Which is kind of basic.
Well,
Oh, yes,
Abby
the Jewish
Grossberg, the woman who was going to sue Tucker because he was a big, mean, sexist, has withdrawn her lawsuit. Is going to refile it, allegedly.
Is it because
But it was baseless?
Has nothing, probably. Yeah, that.
Almost like maybe that might,
Yeah.
but might be part of it that it has nothing. It's
Do
a
you think it's
baseless
because every
lawsuit.
other attempt so far against Tucker has failed, and they're basically just telling her, "Don't do this because we have nothing, and you're just gonna look like an idiot, and it might cost you a lot of money."
Maybe.
I mean, it might be
Trump
that.
lost his stupid lawsuit today
Yeah, but
or
that's
the other
Trump.
day. So
Trump is never gonna get a fair trial anywhere in America. Let's be real.
yeah, Trump hates trial. Exactly.
Yeah. Which is
Well-
why he should get in and dissolve government.
Speaking of Trump, let's talk about Joe Biden, though.
Oh,
Joe Biden
God.
has announced his here's his re-election bid. This video is
Do you know who he looks like? Do you know the?
a skeleton.
Okay, no,
the
you-
Crypt Keeper.
No, you won't know this. Maybe I'll ask the chat. You guys in the chat, how many of you seen the movie Red Dragon
I
with
haven't.
Anthony Hopkins?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I haven't seen it, but I know what
he
you're talking about.
looks like the pedophile.
Yes. So here
Do you
he's
even
going to
know who the
announce.
pedophile is?
I mean, he looks like a pedophile.
The pedophile is played by Gary Oldman.
Oh, okay.
And,
yeah.
Yes, and he also made him eat his own face.
Mhm.
Uh,
And yes, that's true. Furby Slayer with that woman, Abby
on.
Grossberg. She'd never even met him in person.
Let's see if I can show you a picture, and then you'll see what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, the woman who was trying to sue Tucker for being discriminatory against her and bullying her had never even met him. So yeah, I'll go ahead and play this though. This is Biden announcing his re-election bid.
Mr. President, there is a lot we can cover, but I want to start with maybe your most ambitious agenda item, and that's your infrastructure plans. This is something you have wanted to do for decades: rebuild America, bring jobs
Okay, so
back.
okay,
But it's going to take time.
okay, just pause his face. Yeah, okay, now look at this picture on Discord. See what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly.
It looks really
Very
similar, doesn't
similar.
it?
Looks like it's being
Yeah.
sucked into his
Yes.
face. Cold War Mike for 5 says this has helped Tucker more than harmed him. I agree.
Yep.
Especially when most people on the right considered him more as false opposition than as actually based. Yeah, now he's being like a lot of. I saw it for years. People thought like, oh, he's
You can't be
he's
independent
just-
on Fox.
yeah, that he's just false opposition. And now they're seeing no. Actually, Tucker seems to believe in what he's saying, at least to
Yeah.
some degree,
No, he
because
seems kinda
Fox kicked
genuine,
him. Yeah, it made Docker seem far more genuine, far more realistic.
Oh, likable, yeah.
Yes, and likable. I don't know why they keep dropping these leaks. Because I think they must live in like they obviously live in like a
Cuckoo
reverse version of reality. Like, wow, this one will totally destroy him, and it's just like, oh, it just makes him
But that's the
more
thing.
likable.
This is the thing that with the left. I said this to you before earlier in the day. Is there's a kind of thing to say that if you think your side is right about everything and the other side is wrong about everything, that there's something wrong with you. And you look at it now, like, no, that's not actually true. In this case, they literally are wrong about everything. There's nothing to left believe that is actually even tied to reality.
Yeah.
And
Controlled opposition.
That's not an exaggeration. They literally do not believe in objective reality to the point where they think the weather is going to kill us within 5 years. Hey, Greta, how did that turn out in 2018? Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
Well, I think we're going to get into some of that. Yeah. They fundamentally don't believe in reality. They live in a total...
Yeah, Mason,
and it's funny, they think that we do that, but it's like, no, really. We keep being proven to be in the right...
I'm glad at least there's
literal...
there are some cultured people in the chat who have seen Red Dragon, unlike you who haven't.
Rude. Let's just listen to a little bit of Biden re-election bid. I think, actually, where did we start with this? It was like minute 8.
I have no idea.
Let's just skip it. The first part they babbled.
How did you go from tired in just that little clip you just did?
Yeah.
He looked like...
Yes, I do.
Seriously, just go from the beginning again, and then like within a minute he went tired by like 50% drain.
Yeah. Let's go into some of this, because I think this is around where it got in. I have everything else timestamped. I didn't know if we would have time to watch all
Biden
this.
McCarthy, I think he's an honest man. Biden coming from you, that's not saying much.
We have too much stuff tonight. So when I originally put this in, I didn't realize.
Just keep going. Go.
Go.
Put him in a position where, in order to stay speaker, he has to agree. He's agreed to things that maybe he believes, but are just extreme.
Given the power that they have, is there anything you believe you can get done in the next 2 years on a bipartisan basis? And if so, what?
The answer is yes, I do, if I get a chance to get votes. They have to vote.
Which you can't do bipartisan. No. Yeah, so the answer is freaking no. You can't get the fucking votes because there's no bipartisanship because it doesn't exist anymore.
Thank God for that, because everything you pass so far is shit, Biden.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no bipartisanship.
We're going to have more infrastructure. We're going to rose and the economy, and then just say, look, what was? Oh yeah, you've had a whole bunch of problems with freaking planes, and you've had 2 massive environmental disasters involving trains. Congratulations, that infrastructure is really, really working out well. You fucking senile old bastard.
Mm-hmm.
They have to vote on something.
What would you want them to vote on?
Well, I'd like them to vote on whether or not
impeaching
they're
going
to, provide for enough teachers in America so we can educate our kids.
No, less of them, please. Destroy public education, brick by brick. Absolutely.
Oh, should I put this in the watch together? I don't know how much you want to watch of this. It's really stupid.
No,
I don't want to. Okay.
Budget proposal cuts 100,000 teachers. Eliminates 100,000 teachers and their help. I want to vote on making sure we have enough police and FBI agents in America. They're cutting 28,000 federal agents.
That's great. Why is that bad?
FBI, DEA.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Republicans.
Yeah, there you go.
And the rest. Why? They're making. I want to make sure they guarantee that we're not going to be doing anything to eliminate Medicaid support for people. They cut. Millions of Americans are being put in jeopardy. For example, one of the things that I think we've talked about is what I was able to do with regard to having Medicare be able to negotiate drug prices. It cuts the federal deficit by $160.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, no, the problem with this is that no, it doesn't. It doesn't do this at all. It actually allows them to charge way more money for almost everything.
I have a curiosity. Let me ask you and the chat this. How many of you think he has no idea what the hell he's talking about? He's just been told to memorize lines.
Yeah, he's just memorizing lines that actually are incorrect and don't make.
I think if you were to ask him a regular question, like this is my belief, he has no idea what's going on.
No, I don't
literally,
think so.
I think he knows nothing about the economy, about the country, about the border, the state of Russia, Ukraine. I legitimately think he knows absolutely nothing about the state of the country.
He's literally just a talking.
Yes,
he exists only just to sit there up there.
Yes, he serves no other function because he's not actually running the administration, and everybody knows this.
Yep.
$1 billion, $200 billion over the life of this plan. They want to eliminate it. They want to eliminate it. You know why it cuts it? Instead of having to pay the recipient that needs insulin $400 a month, they only have to pay now $6.
Oh my God. Why would he bring up insulin?
Yeah, that's the one thing that Trump made cheaper that you did not.
Trump legitimately made insulin cheaper, and one of your first moves in office was to remove what Trump had done to make insulin significantly more expensive. That's just further proof he has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, his administration did first, right out of the gate, is make insulin more expensive. And yet he's like acting like it's a win for him. How bizarre. I mean, I guess maybe it is for him. I'm sure he got some kickback. Maybe he thinks it's a win because I'm sure he got some payback from companies that make insulin, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
Joe Biden has had a lot of Botox done.
Right, so I'm sure he got paid some money.
He's
For like,
80
thanks,
years
Joe.
old without barely a wrinkle on his forehead.
Wait, insulin's not
come
Botox,
on.
but you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he got paid back from the company. They're like, thanks, Joe, for making insulin more expensive again. He's like, oh yeah, insulin.
Yeah.
Right. Ridiculous.
Excuse me, $35 a month because it only cost them $10 to make it. Now that we can negotiate, they want to eliminate that. So they want to cost the federal government more money and keep people in debt.
You're talking about real practical solutions
Absolutely.
when you reference insulin that you've come up with. Why do you think you don't get more credit for it? Why do you think your polling is where it is?
Well, I don't.
Because we already had this before the federal government was involved when we had Trump. So why the hell you would need to go and do something that you did when Trump did it better than you is bizarre.
Exactly. You literally undid the better rule. Why are you not getting... Isn't this insane? This woman, the stupid woman on MSNBC is like, why are you not getting more credit for making insulin more expensive? I don't know. Lady,
The honest
maybe it's
answer
because
would be,
it's retarded.
the honest
Come
answer
on.
would be, let's see, I've caused environmental disasters. I had a terrible withdrawal in Afghanistan. Inflation is still sky fucking high. I've crippled the energy sector. The border doesn't exist, and crime is skyrocketing out of fucking control all over the nation. I haven't done anything remotely decent in my entire time pretending to be president. Maybe that is why my ratings suck ass.
Yeah, but you should still give him some credit for raising the price of insulin, obviously. I mean, wait, what?
Get fucked.
I don't think people, by the way, every major one who won re-election, their polling numbers were minor now.
Put polling
No,
aside
they're
then,
not.
Right? Sentiment in this country,
No, they're not, Joe.
We'll get into the polling, yeah.
despite all these wins, is not very
I
good.
think all they've heard is negative news for 3 years. Everything is negative. And I'm not being critical of the press, but you turn on the television, the only way you're going to get a hit is if there's something negative. You don't. Anyway, that's number one. But number two,
Or
I
it's
think
because
we're in
you
a situation
literally
where-
have nothing positive to run on. In your own freaking re-election video, which you couldn't even bother to pronounce, you fat sack of shit, or a skinny wrinkled weasel, whatever.
Yeah.
Secondly, when he touted the thing that I said to you, what's the first thing that's missing? Accomplishments, because there's no
Yep,
fucking thing.
we
to
watched
say.
it the other week,
We
yeah.
we should just finish the job of
It was just
what?
about how terrible Trump is, how terrible the Republicans are. Not a single fucking accomplishment. Even in this, which is so astonishing to me, even in this puff piece video, the MSNBC is here talking about how, like, oh, it's so good of you to help people with insulin by making it more expensive. What? What?
I mean, if you just kept what Trump had, you would have had it at a lower price this whole fucking time.
I mean, it's but like, how stupid do you think people are? People who have to actually use insulin
No, you're full of
noticed.
shit.
They know that you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Anyone who pays any attention knows you're full of shit. So again, it's such a bizarre interview. So bizarre.
You have much of what we were able to do only is going to come into play now. For example, I set up what they call a second cabinet. Within my cabinet, I have an enforcement group. They're the ones going out making sure that we're getting the roads built, the highways built, and getting the lead pipes out of every neighborhood so people aren't dying or getting very sick. They're the ones who are making sure that people begin to know what's happened.
This woman's
And what's
body
happening.
language is
It's
like,
gonna take
this
time
guy's full of
to
shit.
get this done. And so until
Well, he is.
By the way,
So, yeah.
can you just laugh at that? We have to hire more government people to ensure that the government's doing its job. That's pretty
Obviously,
fucking
you
funny.
always need to hire more government and give government more money and pay government agents more money. That's how you get better government. There's no other way to do it. Just, and definitely don't audit us, ever.
How about we just destroy government?
That would be better.
Yeah.
unless we can make it clear to the American people what it is that we've actually done. It's one thing to say we're going to rebuild this bridge that is in the process of collapsing. Other thing to actually get it built.
But Joe, hold on a second. Joe, I don't know if you've noticed this, right? But you don't need to tell people that a bridge has been built. It's kind of by the fact that it's built and people use it is kind of the indication that the project is finished.
No, but he has to tell people
idiot.
that because he hasn't actually built the bridge. He needs the media tell people that a bridge has been built.
That is the
so
most
they go,
insane
oh, I guess
thing
so.
I've ever heard. We need to tell people.
But
that
you know
the
that's
bridge has been built.
you know that's what it means. You know that's what he means. You know that's what he means. Is that I need the media
I don't think
apparatus.
he knows what he means.
No, but the people who wrote this, right? What they meant by that is like we need to get people to believe that we did shit, even though we're not going to do anything because we're just lining our pockets because we don't give a fuck about it. So we need you, MSNBC, the media apparatus, to tell people the things that we totally did for you that we absolutely didn't do. But please repeat that we did them. Say that we did them, please, ad nauseum. That's your job.
Well, you've made it clear to the American people that you want to stay in this job. You have officially announced you're running for re-election. And in your first video, you featured Vice President Harris 10 times. When Obama was in that position, he didn't mention you, sir. What are you trying to tell us?
Well, the President Obama and I became very good friends.
I can tell you what. It's because Kamala Harris is your diversity hire. That's it.
Yes.
That's literally it.
She's basically your pet to signal to black voters.
Mm-hmm.
Which tells you that A, their standards are not particularly high, and B, you don't think very well of them either. Which, to be fair, if they vote for Kamala Harris, this tells me they're not the brightest bulbs in the...
Yeah. Again, the only reason Kamala Harris is vice president is to be like, look how much we like brown people. The Democrats, we love brown women.
Yeah. Tell me, how does Gavin Newsom feel about him?
Exactly. She is literally there. If I as a woman, so I have half of. If I was a brown woman, I would be so fucking offended by the fact that they just hired a literal puppet to stand there and exist. Be like, look, it's you. It's you here. Don't you feel excited being represented by this woman who fucking hates you, by the way?
That to me makes absolutely no sense, by the way. Just like, look, he
It
looks
doesn't,
like
yeah.
me. Therefore, he will think or behave or give a shit about me. Like, I don't know
Spoon,
any
they'd
white
call
person.
They'd call that white the fact that you and I don't understand. But they would.
It's our privilege to know that someone who just looks like us doesn't represent us in any way. How's that a privilege?
Yes, well, but then again, I'm supposed to be able to understand that because it's like, oh my god, a woman in power. Oh, I finally feel represented. No, I don't.
If I saw a
You
white
want a
South
woman
African
in
in charge
power?
where I live, I wouldn't instantly think that I'm represented. I would instantly think more would get done because the South
Yeah,
African is significantly more competent than an Irish person would ever be.
It's a very low IQ form of pure social identity form of thing. It's like I just need to see someone. If your entire understanding of politics is that I need to see someone who looks exactly like me enacting policy, then I'm sorry. I think you probably have a sub. You're a very, very simple person. And that's okay. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But you can't have a complex view of politics. If all you care about is that I need to see somebody.
Racking, what about Catherine the Great?
Catherine, great one.
Yeah.
If you need to, if your only thing that you're in politics is
She
seeing
believes like
someone
you.
who looks like you doing stupid shit, then I'm sorry, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Cope. I'm sorry. Get over it. My bad.
We just had a slightly different style of how we do things. As you recall,
Yes, you forget what you're about to
every
say, and she
major
cackles
initiative
maniacally.
President
That's about the main
Obama
difference
had.
between you two. Other than that, you're basically exactly the same. You're vacuous, empty shitheads.
I was the last guy in the room deciding that with him, giving him the advice what we should do. And he's committed to help in any way he can this time out. But look, I just think that Vice President Harris hasn't gotten the credit she deserves.
I don't think
She was
Obama
attorney-
gives one flying fuck about Joe Biden. Honestly, I don't know how you.
No,
feel
of
about
course
that.
not. No, I don't think. I don't think.
I think
Obama
Obama
gives a
thinks
shit.
Joe Biden is a fucking stupid monkey.
He said as much basically that he thinks Biden's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he said never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up.
Yeah, to fuck things up.
Yeah.
And yet he is now the president because of the incompetence and ridiculousness
That's
and
the one
absurdity of
thing
democracy.
that Biden said that Obama said that was
Obama.
true.
I know.
Yeah, as we should have listened to him because he was right.
Yep.
Joe has.
There he was right on that.
Well, okay, well, no, he hasn't actually fucked anything up because he doesn't have the power to fuck anything up. But through him, the powers that be that really run the fucking nation, thank you, Edward Bernays, has managed to just basically derail. I didn't think that the United States would go down this fast. I knew once he was in office, like, the U.S. is going to face a horrible time right now. I just didn't think it would be this bad this fast. The sheer scale that the corruption has just eroded the place is fucking insane.
It's astonishing to me to see that people are still like acting like that the emperor hasn't closed. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Let us.
The general of the state of California. She has been a United States senator. She is really very, very good. And
At
with
what?
everything going on, she hasn't.
She hasn't done anything. She was polling so low when she was running for president. She quit the primary before her own state even voted, you idiot.
She did lock up a whole bunch of black people in California. She was very good at that.
Yeah, I mean, so was Clinton.
I'm just saying, she was great at locking up black people in California. Kamala was fantastic at that.
I mean, if she would be able to do that right now, it would actually improve California.
No, but she, right, but no.
Better
Again,
San Francisco.
Kamala Harris has not done anything in her entire career worth noting. She was chosen because she's a black woman. Oh, black and Indian. So you can play on all of her different things. So you can be like, oh, I'm a triple, quadruple, double plus diversity hire. That's it. She has no other value. She's insufferable as a person. Her laugh and personality is demonstrably fucking off-putting. She was literally only chosen because she's a woman and she's brown.
She reminds me of Monica Lewinsky, but there's one big difference between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one picked quality, the other one picked quantity.
Yeah. Well, she did get on her knees from what I've heard. Yep. Both of them did, of course.
I wish she would fucking stay on her knees.
And gotten the attention she deserves.
Critics would say you're elevating her because they think you wouldn't serve a full term. And it is fair to say that...
He's not serving a full fucking term now.
He's not. He's not elevating her because he thinks they're not. He might not be able to. It's because his entire election is predicated on elevating a brown woman who everyone hates. But they just need her to be there because she's a brown woman. That's it.
Yeah, like this is the thing that people need to be aware of whenever you see vice presidents. It's very simple how vice presidents get picked. It's usually for it's almost always for two reasons that any vice president gets picked. It's either a fail-safe to say, if you think I'm fucking bad, look who's going to replace me. And it's a way to keep them in power. That's the one. And the other reason is they appeal to some coalition the main player is unable to appeal to.
Yep.
So with Trump, Pence was the sort of evangelical, old school kind of neocons. With it's kind of funny because with Harris, she's kind of both. Because she's a complete fucking cackling moron, and she also is. It was James Clyburn who was the whip in, I believe, was North or South. I want to say North Carolina, and he said, "I'll get you the black vote if you put a black woman on the Supreme Court."
Yep, exactly.
Which he did, and she's also a complete moron who doesn't. She's also dramatically fucking far leftist.
Yes, and because she can be paid for to do any far leftist shit. She's open and she's her bank account is sitting there open and waiting. She will say whatever insane. It doesn't matter how insane. It doesn't matter how far left. She'll espouse it and she'll try to push for it.
House knee.
Well, I mean maybe, but then she's a Southeast Asian dairy.
No. The black one on the Supreme Court.
I know.
Kamala Harris.
No. Oh, okay. What's all insulting. It's all so insulting. Is that your only value? I couldn't imagine being
your
way.
genitals and race, yeah.
I couldn't imagine wanting to be seen that way. That my only value as a human being was based on the inexorable qualities of my
she's not a biologist.
body. But I mean, that's how the left looks at things. Is that they're like, well, we sure hate racism, but then at the same time, the only things that we value in people are their skin color, biological. Or gender identity,
which
involves biological
sex. What you put in your genitals and what color you are when you do these things.
They don't give a shit about any other qualities about you besides your race, sex, sexual orientation.
I mean, if you see
and
this kind of shit,
transgender status.
if
It's
you-
really disgusting.
If you see this kind of shit, it's like, my God, I wonder why white superiority is on the rise. Could it be because we actually value what makes us better, whereas you value what makes people different?
Maybe we'll get into that though here in a minute. So let's finish
Really?
the
Oh,
Biden
okay.
thing.
Okay.
Well, no, it's that thing that happened in Texas.
There's not a
okay.
Fortune 500 company in the world looking to hire a CEO in his 80s. So why would an 82-year-old Joe Biden be the right person for the most important job in the world?
Because I've acquired a hell of a lot of wisdom. I know more.
Okay. I have to point this out.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the biggest lies that you are told as a human being, is that age brings wisdom. Which is bullshit, because no, this is a this is a saying predicated on two presuppositions. One is that you have a variety of experience through the age, and two, that you are smart enough to learn from that experience. You need
Joe
those two
Biden
things
has
to
been a
be-
career politician
Yes.
since he was 30 fucking years old.
And he was known for being an idiot that whole freaking time.
The whole time. He has
Like,
just
he was
coasted.
known for being dumb.
Yep, he has coasted on just being, hey, I'm Joe Biden. I'll say whatever you want me to say.
He was known in the
That
80s.
has been his entire political career.
He was known in the 80s for lying, plagiarism, being stupid. There was someone who said in the 1990s when George Bush Sr. was in power that Joe Biden being a senator is evidence that anyone can get into power, which explains a lot. His co-workers have said he's never been right on a foreign policy issue in his entire life. That explains a fuckload. Explains the fucking Ukraine debacle right now. And he's just generally known for just sheer incompetence. He's known for doing dumb shit. The gaff master, that's what he's known for.
Again,
So
Joe
he's
Biden's
not known for
entire
being
political
competent in any
platform.
way.
Yes, his entire political platform
It's been the
for
joke. He's the jester.
40 years plus has been, hi, I'm Joe Biden, and if you pay me enough money, I'll say whatever the fuck you want. That is his entire political career. And it has been for half a century. Just the truth.
More than the vast majority of people. I'm more experienced than anybody's ever run for the office. And I think I've proven myself to be honorable as well as also effective.
You're sending 1,500 troops to the border.
Honorable? You?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, really?
You're a sketchy pedophile.
Well, we also get to some stuff with his son. Minute here, it's funny.
Yeah, and you've given birth
People
to
on the
one.
left criticize and say it's inhumane. People on the right say you're not putting America priorities first. And employers around this country are saying we need more workers. This is an economic issue.
Bingo.
No, they don't.
Have you given up on Congress doing anything? And if so, is there something you can do to address this?
Yes, there is. Number one, our first bill ever introduced was to reform the system that we have
Let me
for
get this
immigration.
straight. We've got thousands of jobs. We've created way more jobs, but now suddenly we need people to fill them in. If you have really, really low
Well-
unemployment, why do you need thousands more workers?
You understand why?
Well,
Is
they want
that
cheap labor.
the huge amount of job creation that Biden is one of, as I believe actually his only success, is because of COVID. Because then COVID ended in terms of like it started opening back up.
Yeah.
But here's the
I
thing.
created jobs. Like, no, people just went back to work. You fucking.
Yeah. The thing that
Thank
happened
you,
at the same
Canadian
time
Roots.
is that a lot of people also went, I don't want to work ever again. I really enjoyed not working 2 years. So I'm just not going to. I'm going to keep trying to get my government benefits. So that's why they're like, oh, well, yeah, the good jobs don't back up, but there's a ton of people who are still unemployed because they don't want to be employed because they know the government's going to keep paying them money. And Joe Biden will keep paying them. So they're not going to go find a job. Why should they? I honestly...
To all the people who say in the chat that you can't hate the guy just because he's old, you should hate the guy because he's old, because he's gotten away with a whole bunch of crap in his life. To me, that makes him easier to hate, not less. I do not like seeing people go unpunished for evil. So I have no problem hating him for his age. As a matter of fact, the fact that he's older makes me hate him more.
Oh, wait, I don't hate him because of his age. He's been this way the entire time. That's what I don't like about him. He's never changed.
That's
the only
my
thing is that
point.
he's just less competent now. Like, yeah, like it's nothing to do with him being old. A little bit it does. But he's always been this horrible. And if you go back and look through his entire political career, like I said, Joe Biden. I'm cutting out sometimes. Okay, sorry. Oh, right. I turned my noise gate. I had to turn my noise gate
No, you're fine.
really, really high because we were talking the other night on the stream.
and Bill was downstairs, and it made me had to turn my noise gate to like
He was
95%.
screaming racist epithets.
No, it was just that people could hear him through me and vice versa.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're just talking.
Racial epithets, though.
So here's the problem. Joe Biden's always been like this. He always has been, and he'll never freaking change. So, and the thing is that you have 50 plus years of his political history to look through to see that he's always freaking been like this. He is always for sale. That's it.
But he's okay. So, if you've read any kind of history, specifically around Woodrow Wilson and FDR, it's like that's when the federal government had way too much fucking power. You have to think of the government like this. If you were to think of the government as a car, it always goes one way, right? The bureaucracy is what carries the sort of function of government, so to speak. And if you look at it in terms of this, it's always at least in second, right? The executive is the person that puts it into second to sixth. And right now, it's in sixth. And that's his only gig. He's not running the show. He's not running a damn fucking thing. He's a rubber stamp for whatever fucking shit people put in front of him, and that's fucking it. So the bureaucracy is running the joint. The bureaucracy have been running the government for fucking decades. Except for maybe when Trump was in power, then he tried to put a throttle on it. I mean, it was always still going forward, and
yeah.
But that's basically how the system of government works. Like Mobile pointed this out, is that if you were to remove the executive, the government would still function exactly the same fucking way, because the government is not dependent on the executive at all. So that's how the United States government really runs. Is that there isn't this, look, we change president and then the country changes before you're like, no, it doesn't. One person is not steering the ship as much as you want to believe it is. That's just not reality.
Clearly not. Real quick, DRT is game for 2 says the insulin thing will always get my goat. I know, me too. And then Turtle H2O for 5 says Discord illiterate here. Does the Brooklyn Crown Discord only have the info tab, or am I missing something? It must be that you haven't been ratified to be in the server. Just wait a minute, and hopefully one of the mods should be able to get you through so that you can. That only happens because it's just like a waiting period to make sure that there's nothing weird going on. Like if we get raided or something. I think that's why that exists. But if not, I'll try to look into it. Give me a few moments. But yeah, you know what? We have so much to go through tonight, and I forgot I have to go. I have to leave at midnight.
Why?
All right. Because I'm playing Risk with Commie Mark. I feel like you.
I am judging you, yes.
Look, I'll win. Don't worry.
No, that's not my freaking concern. If you told me that we could have started earlier, we spent the whole freaking day talking.
Yeah, that's true. Should have done that. Sorry. We can always do another stream. It's fine. Let's.
We're going to anyway.
All right. Do you want to keep going with the Biden video, or because he does say stupid stuff in here?
He did. What? He says more stupid shit.
It doesn't. You sent me this video.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I think I sent you one bit at the start, not the whole thing.
Okay, we get it. He's confused. Okay, a Biden approval rating hits new low.
32%.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's lower than that.
I also believe this is from Politico. It is 32% believes that the 30% is that only 32% believes that he has mental acuity. Only less than a third of the country thinks Biden is intelligent and sharp enough to be president.
I don't think he's enough to even read a teleprompter, let alone running a fucking country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's DRT's Kings for $5 says, the Kennedys are what was always wrong with politicians. Papa Joe Kennedy was a supporter of the mid-century Germans, and JFK fumbled the Cuban Missile Crisis. No, he did all right with the Cuban Missile Crisis. And his father was very anti-British.
Yes.
His father supported the Germans. That makes him correct, by the way, not horrible.
So his approval rating is to 36%, down from February and just below his previous low in 2022.
Not the mid-century, by the way, the earlier Germans. I'm not exactly a fan of the mid-century Germans.
Yes.
For obvious reasons.
Significantly higher
Great
percentage.
rockets,
Yes, that's true. 56% actively disapproved of his job, and the majority of Democrats, 58%,
said they would rather he not be the nominee.
RFK maybe?
I don't know who they want. RFK would be their strongest choice.
Can you imagine RFK versus Trump and they just go, yeah, I'm just gonna, if I win, I'm gonna pick him as my VP.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh my
But
god!
no.
Can you imagine the funny if that actually happened? Yeah, if I beat you in the debate, you're just gonna be my VP. That'll be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. It's not
Like,
gonna
hey,
happen.
look, do you want to see?
It'd be
what-
cool. It's not
Can
gonna
you
happen.
imagine
But
if he showed him the shit that he's allowed to see on JFK? Oh my fucking god, Robert
Oh
Robert
my-
F. Kennedy
I
would
know.
lose his mind.
I don't know if he'd be allowed to. I think the deep state controls everything. But yeah, so
It would be
Biden
funny
is
as hell.
in the fucking dumps in terms of approval. And
Good,
by the way,
idiot.
understand that this is an ABC Washington Post polling, meaning this is a left-wing poll.
He looks so old in that photo.
It's so old. So if what they're saying is that 36% approval rating of Biden, remove at least 10% from that, probably just realistically, if not more.
Yeah, 8 to 10, I
And-
would say.
It's more interesting that even less than the 36, only 32% think he's cogent. Which is such a bizarre thing. Why is it
That's still too
36%? 36% approve, but only 32% think he's mentally capable. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Because that means logically, that
Overlap.
just means there's 4% of people who think he's doing a good job, but he's insane. Isn't that interesting, right? Whatever, just logically it does. It doesn't lock over because people lie to themselves about everything all the time. So here's a good bit from Vivek Ramaswamy.
President Biden's running for president. He declared the other day. He's not in a real sense actually running for president. He's propped up as a symbol for the managerial class.
Yep.
And I think the real divide, by the way, in this country is not between Republicans and Democrats. I think we make a mistake by seeing it that way. It is between the managerial class and the everyday citizen, okay, who crushes the will of that everyday citizen. That's the real divide on display. It's a divide on display even within the Democratic Party. Why do they say they're not going to have debates? Because they want to protect him. Funny story, actually, last night I was in Columbia. We've been taking this bus tour around the state, and I ran into somebody who actually became a friend, Marianne Williamson. She's running the Democratic.
The only
We've
thing
bumped into each
I
other
don't like about
in
this
the
is
hotel
I
lobby.
agree.
Vivek?
Yes, but like you and I would understand this because we read books about the administrative state, so we
Yeah.
know. Yes, but like 90% of people, this is like way over their head. They have no idea what the hell. He's
Oh,
talking
maybe.
about. Yeah,
I thought this was a great little speech.
he is like the dark
we
horse
actually did a-
candidate that basically pushes the other candidates that has a better shot of running into talking about what he is talking about.
Maybe, yeah.
On Bill Maher's show together years ago. We sparred, but actually we became friends over it. And so we just bumped into each other. And it's actually it's spitting in the face of even the Democrat Party's base to say that they will not allow open debate to decide who they go on to nominate, even though she and RFK combined are actually polling not that far away from where President Biden is right now. Or what should I say, puppet Biden, or President Biden. You know, we can use them interchangeably.
They would have
So
a better
that's really
chance
what's
of beating
going
Trump.
on.
Yeah, I think so.
Significantly better. Actually.
Vivek will declare Trump the never are. That would be hilarious. Yeah, Trump Vivek 2024 would be pretty strong. It'd be a hard one for a lot of the people who care, the race bullshitters to fuck with, right?
Yeah, agreed.
They'd have a hard time with that one. On the opposite end of the spectrum of Kamala Harris named AI czar to save U.S. from artificial intelligence.
She is artificial with no intelligence.
I know. Just who
That's been the
cares?
joke,
It's
yeah.
just so stupid.
If,
Just
if you want to make sure AI is never taken seriously,
Yeah.
you can just put her at.
Well, exactly.
It's just a
Who
meme.
cares? This is a complete meme. Again, like look how short this article is because it doesn't fucking matter. It's just some pointless. Oh, Kamala Harris, you're vice president. Yeah, you get to be AI czar. Doesn't make you feel more important. By the way,
She
thank you,
has
DRT
no
King, and it have.
idea what this actually means.
No, because it doesn't mean anything. It's just pointless to give her something else to do because she has nothing to fucking do.
She didn't fix
It's
the
all
border, so
just
why the hell would you give her more
fucking
work?
Pandering. Oh, this is kind of fun real quick. This is a quick little bit interaction between Juan Williams and Newt Gingrich regarding Hunter Biden.
He's like
this
the
is-
closest thing Fox has to a house Negro.
I don't
Juan
think
Williams, by the way.
Juan Williams is
a Democrat.
We know Hunter
openly.
Biden's an addict.
Yes.
We know he's an alcoholic. We know he's had sex addiction problems. We know he's not the son you would have. But Joe Biden has acted as a father trying to protect his son and trying to help his son. I don't think anyone's going to fault him for that. But you compare that to the graft
Hold
and
on
the
a second.
grifting.
Yeah.
I think if protection means keeping him away from the feds, that's not protecting. That is protecting your own presidency through your kid. That is not about keeping him safe in any fucking way.
No,
please
not at
spare
all.
us that crap. That
Oh,
is
it's gonna get wait.
bullshit.
Just here's what I want you guys to pay attention to.
Okay.
So, Juan is gonna make a whole bunch of excuses as to why, like, oh, what he didn't do anything, and Trump's kids benefit from his empire.
Yes, whereas Biden's
Just
kids definitely
watch.
do not in any way.
Watch this. I mean, this is
haven't
one of
seen
the
it, by the way.
funniest. Yeah, this is hilarious. By the way, like, just watch this man crumble in real time.
For Trump golf courses, Trump hotels, Chinese
sector.
shoe deals with the daughter,
Yeah.
the son-in-law getting billions from the Saudis. It's unbelievable. Even this.
Look at her face. See, he's on Fox News. He should know where he's at. He's been on Fox News for a long time. Like, and her
You're
face
singing
is
for
more just like,
Democrat right now, yeah.
just like, yeah, no one's buying this shit.
This week, you have to compare it to the trouble we've heard about in New York with a sexual assault case against Trump. But this is what Hunter Biden has come down to now. He is a distraction, a shield against.
Just a distraction. Just a distraction. No nepotism there whatsoever. Just a distraction.
Against all the trouble that Trump is experiencing.
Newt, I see you itching to respond. I mean, there are a lot of allegations about both
I'm
these
not itching.
families. Are these legal business ventures?
Here
or
are
not?
facts. They may be legal. Here are facts. The widow of the Moscow mayor sent millions of dollars to Hunter Biden. He got money from Kazakhstan. He got money from Ukraine and served on a board about which he knew nothing.
Yep.
Based.
Why in the fuck was Hunter Biden serving on a Ukrainian energy board? Burisma. He knew nothing about it. He was there in every single one of those instances. He was there to sell his father's influence. Thank you, Newt.
He got a lot of money from China, and it's a fact, Juan, that there were $3 million that has been disclosed that went to the Biden family from a Chinese billionaire. That is a fact. Now, you can decide that none of this stuff matters. But the fact is, you're the Vice President of the United States taking his son on Air Force Two into China where his son was making business deals, and you just described his son. In your language, he's a sex addict. He's an alcoholic.
What does
he's
that
a
say?
drug addict.
Or is that an attack on? Is that you're attacking the president?
No.
Did you see what just happened there? Juan Williams said Trump's got all his family involved in his golf courses. Trump's got all his family involved in this. Donald Trump's got all these legal problems with his family. And then
So let me get this straight. You're upset that the businessman is raising his kid to be business savvy and have. Do you understand what a family business is, Juan? I'm understanding. I'm in the impression you don't.
And then the second Newt turns around and goes, well, Joe Biden set up his son to do all this nepotistic shit. He's like, but that's not Joe Biden, that's his son. Yeah, and
the cope
Joe
is
Biden
delicious.
got all of those jobs for his son. This is one of the most hilarious little pieces of cope I've ever seen. Just complete incomprehension, inability to comprehend one's own hypocrisy. It truly is chef's kiss.
He's not the president. He's his son.
Your description
What I'm saying to you is that nepotism is not a crime. You look at the nepotism.
I have no words.
Juan started out this argument talking about Trump's nepotism towards his own family. And I was like, but nepotism's not a crime. Don't want to bring it up,
No,
Juan.
except if you're Trump.
Oh, right, of course. Right, of course. See, I forgot, damn it.
I mean, every president, every famous family, but that's not a
You brought
crime.
up the Trump family. So is there a double standard here?
When I call out the Trump family?
Thank you, Shannon. Fucking thank you.
I don't know who she is, but she just became instantly more attractive the second she figured that out.
Thank you. Like, you started this, and then you had a little melty when it turned out that your shit is fucking nothing burgers, and you're like, oh, don't bring up Biden's family. You brought it up first.
Well, you're saying that
What
you
I
should
know
look at
about,
Hunter Biden because
I don't know about, look, I think you have a son, Joe Biden's son, Hunter, who might make some business deals. Newt describes this as millions.
Look at Newt's little face.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's just he's just I think he's fascinated by how this man can be this
So full of shit.
disingenuous. Yeah.
Flowing to the family, kind of a, amorphous. But I know specifically of $2 billion that went to Jared Kushner. Nobody's going to argue about that.
All right.
My only point is, if you listen to his description of Hunter, why would anyone invest in Hunter? They were investing in Joe.
He's not wrong. That's absolutely true.
That was so good. I thought we could all use a little white pill because that was really fun. I just found that this afternoon, guys, and I was like, oh, that's great. Here's something that's not so great. Here's this. I mean,
Look, there's no
okay. I have to.
Just a whole. Can we just like take 10
Yes,
seconds
start.
to just look
I know,
at the
we need to start.
absurdity of just this photograph?
Of just what you're seeing.
Just whose hairline is receding faster?
Lori Lightfoot is the most, and people always call her Beetlejuice.
She is,
But
though.
no, she looks like a fish from Finding Nemo. Like her
Looks like
eyes.
a hammerhead shark.
She's barely got, so her hair is like receded so far back that she's basically bald. Her eyes are really far apart, and like she has like a hammerhead shark look to her.
Yeah.
There's no other way of describing it. She has a fish-like appearance.
I remember watching this comedian a while ago who made a point, and he said,
No offense, but she is.
Yeah, but who said like Lori Lightfoot is like one of the funniest people, ironically, because if you just look at her at face value and the position of power that she attains, you look at it and you just think, well, you're short, you say dumb shit, you're ugly, there's nothing redeeming about you physically, you're utterly incompetent when you talk, so you must be like really smart because you have nothing else going for you. And then
the chat
and
has
then you
actually pointed out
realize-
it's the Innsmouth look. It's the Innsmouth look. She's gonna return to the sea to worship Dagon any second now. You don't get it. You're not a Lovecraft fan, are you?
No.
Don't worry about it.
When you said
Oh,
Dagon, I actually thought of Maiden's Dagon and fucking Oblivion.
Well, that comes from Lovecraft originally, which is just Dagon. You should read Lovecraft. He called you. Do you know the name of Lovecraft's cat? I'm sure I've told you before.
No.
H.P. Lovecraft, one of the greatest modern horror writers, who was not recognized until far after his death. He had a cat. This was the cat's name.
Oh no.
Some people think that Lovecraft's racist for some reason. Thank you, Lancer too. Actually says specifically Lori Lightfoot has that Innsmouth look. Yes, she does. He doesn't know about the cat. He doesn't know about the cat. He does now. What do you think about? Yeah, N-word man. Anyway, you would like H.P. Lovecraft. He grew up very, very in the northeast of America, and he hated basically everybody, even though they're whites, because they were not pure enough for him. He was very racist, and he hated everyone who wasn't English. Essentially, let me put it that way.
Oh,
He hated
sounds like my
absolutely
kind of
everyone.
people.
Yeah, he hated everyone who wasn't English, like
It sounds
extremely.
like you're related to Bill.
Bill hates the English.
Yeah, but like in that kind of purist sense.
Oh, right. Yeah. You should read some of H.P. Lovecraft's writing. I think you'd like it. Anyway, speaking of H.P. Lovecraft,
It doesn't say a lot about you or about me when you just go, he was really, really racist. You'd like him as a... That doesn't make me sound
yeah,
good.
that's actually the thing. Patricia von Kempen is correct. His whole Innsmouth thing, like one of his greatest pieces of horror literature, he wrote because he found out that he was partially Welsh, and it was about realizing that you're part fish humanoid, that you're part subhuman. I'm not joking. I love H.P. Lovecraft and enjoy his writings very much because I'm not a pussy little bitch in that way. DRT is King says, for 5, says, a South American white pill. Pinochet's party was swept into power from the incredibly leftist predecessor government. Even in death, mi general rules.
Oh, yeah,
Oof.
I did see that the Pinochet's party got a super majority.
I did see that, yes.
Like, crushingly.
Crushingly, yeah, from what I saw.
Isn't it funny that the one sort of very right dictator took power through the military and has somehow made Chile one of the probably still best performing economy in all of South America. I wonder how he did that.
How'd that happen?
It's almost like people in South America do not have the values because they come from the Spanish, and therefore they need some kind of a strongman to whip them all in shape and keep them in order because they are not capable of self-governing. I wonder if it...
Big question.
There's a certain group of people that need... that democracy will not work like South Africa.
Weird. Hasselhoff over 10 says, it's funny because diversity hiring is far more likely to cause the issues nepotism can cause by limiting the hiring pool. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hunter being a tool for his father's corruption grift is the issue, not nepotism. Precisely, Hasso. Precisely.
Very
That's
well
the
put.
exact fucking... Yes, that is
That
well
is
put.
exactly
Yeah.
the problem.
Speaking of bad tools...
Question, Reverend
Which
Allen.
one?
There are some people in Chicago and across the country that
Yes.
don't want mayors like me to succeed. There's a reason why.
So this is the funny thing. Let's just let her talk for a second. I want to give you guys context if you're not aware of what's happening with Lori Lightfoot.
In 2020, part of Trump's national strategy was to go after cities and mayors like me by name, by city, not just me.
So Lori Lightfoot's been voted out as mayor of Chicago. And she says it's Trump and his coalition who went after mayors like her.
But also Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta, Muriel Bowser in Washington, D.C. And when the person with the biggest megaphone and biggest stage attacks you in a way that Trump attacked us, it unleashes a set of forces that are hard to control. Those dog whistles that were blown in 2020 are still resonating today, and it was fed by the uncertainty and the anger, and then funded by right-wing forces that wanted to take down a big city mayor. Unfortunately, the people who were jumping on the bandwagon of a Republican posing like a Democrat now got a Democratic socialist as their mayor. So careful what you wish for.
Okay, so here's why this is fucking...
That last part made absolutely no sense.
It made no sense. Who has replaced Lori Lightfoot as the mayor of Chicago?
Someone who is blacker and dumber than her.
Someone who is...
Which is not at all related.
I know. Who was it exactly? Who won?
That is
yes,
a great
it was
frame, by the way.
Brandon Johnson. Yeah, I know. So it's this guy. Pull up in. So Lori Lightfoot is saying that she's been ousted because of racist Trump Republicans. Well, here's who's going to replace her as the mayor of Chicago. He is an overt socialist, by his own description, not by mine. He is considerably further left than her politically, and darker in terms of because she cares about shit like that. She cares about the racial shit. So they didn't. So according to Lori Lightfoot, Trump Republicans voted her out in favor of a further left, more dark-skinned black man who is a communist, socialist, etc. Really? That sounds like a cope to me, you dumb weirdo Innsmouth-looking bitch. Let's watch. Oh, Bill, you just came back. You didn't hear our previous discussion about the Innsmouth look. All right.
Donald Trump is...
So here's...
Innsmouth looking. You keep our names out your damn mouth.
I know that's your word. I'm sorry. Bill's a fish person, so he doesn't like to be called that. So here's Liz Cheney has a new Trump attack ad. Let's go.
He's the only president in American history who has refused to guarantee the peaceful transfer of power.
Joe Biden
He lost the election and he knew
to
it.
become the president.
He betrayed millions of Americans by telling them the election was stolen.
Stop this.
Yes, because it's totally normal, Aiden, to lose the election several days after the election day with several hundreds of thousands of votes, even though you are up with five in 5 key swing states with over a million votes with a couple of hours to go, and then mysteriously you lose the election in a couple of days afterwards in a manner that's never happened before ever.
Well, we all know that.
And that's totally normal and legitimate, and there's nothing funny or weird about that whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Nope.
It's totally normal. Thank you, YouTube. It's totally normal. It was the safest, most secure election of all time. It could never be more safer or more secure.
Yes. Because when Trump was not in office, it was somehow able to be influenced by the Russians. And then when he's in office and a stooge of the Russians, it's somehow less permeable.
Yeah.
Because
He ignored the rulings of dozens of courts.
Yeah, I know.
Rather than accept his defeat, he mobilized a mob to come to Washington.
He didn't do any of this. They did it on their own fucking volition. It's called free will. Maybe you should look it up.
March on the Capitol. Then he watched on television while the mob attacked law enforcement, invaded the Capitol.
What was he supposed to do?
Based.
The Capitol Police were already were told to stand down. By the way, not by him, from my understanding.
Yeah.
I clip every third syllable. Still?
No, you don't, by the way. That's their problem. You don't.
Well, let me turn my audio gate down further, because I had to, like I said, I had to turn it up really, really high.
Fine.
Okay, whatever.
And hunted the vice president. He refused for 3 hours to tell the mob to leave. There has never been a greater dereliction of duty by any president. Trump was warned repeatedly that his plans for January 6th were illegal.
Hey, what plan?
No, what plan?
What plan did he? His plan. He said, gather and peacefully assemble. What the fuck was his plan? He said nothing more than that.
Dereliction of duty. Your father got literally thousands of Americans killed for oil.
Yeah, nice
you
job.
Demonic bitch.
Right.
I hope you run.
This is Liz Cheney speaking, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, Cheney, your father is Satan.
Just so you can be aware of which warmonger's child it is speaking
Donald
here.
Rumsfeld is waiting in hell for your father to join him.
I
Fuck
know.
you and your whole family, you bitch.
Well, hopefully the audio's clipping is less bad. I had to turn the fucking thing up so high the other night, but yeah.
He didn't care, and today he celebrates those who attacked our Capitol. Donald Trump has proven he is
How would he
unfit for office.
celebrate?
Donald Trump
Yeah,
is
how's
a
he celebrating it? What
Yeah,
a
what
fucking
the hell
lying
does that mean?
bitch. You know?
risk America can never take again.
The Great Task is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Nice try. Nice try.
That's not gonna fucking work.
However, they did, in terms of nice try, they did get Trump. I'm not going to talk about this too much because it's pointless. But Trump was found guilty by a totally unbiased jury.
That smile is totally not at all.
Yeah.
That's completely vindictive.
Of he's going to pay this woman, E. Jean Carroll, $5 million, says the jury, in Manhattan. That's a very fair and balanced jury, I'm sure.
You know, they're basically just trying to do this to have a go at his political war chest.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, which, I mean, he's got a lot of money, you know? Yeah. So the whole idea is that he basically told her to be quiet, essentially. Now, they're claiming that he was found guilty of sexual assault. This is not a criminal trial. This was a civil trial. Okay? If it was a criminal trial...
Criminal charges, yeah.
Yeah, this is a civil trial. It doesn't mean fucking anything. It's just that, he was mean to her, and a Manhattan, as far left as it goes, jury found him guilty, and you have to pay money to the woman because me. Who cares? I couldn't give less of a shit about this at all. What is it, Bill?
Some states allow civil cases to be entered into criminal court cases.
It's possible.
California does that.
California allows that. I don't think New York State does. Either way, I think look. We barely heard anything about this trial.
It's her truth. Yeah, that is literally the case.
Yes, this, by the way, this is the grab him by the pussy claim. I don't think there's any. I think the reason why this has not been much covered by the media is because nobody cares, because this is never going to end up going to criminal court whatsoever. Basically, Trump was just like, yeah, whatever, bitch. Here's $5 million.
Was John Carroll on CNN describing the R word as sexy? What? There's Philip Daniel in the chat.
Eugene Carroll on CNN describing rape as sexy. Oh, I don't have that. That's interesting. I even missed that one.
Put it in the Broken
Let's
Crown.
see. Eugene Carroll. Let's see if we can find this. That would be curious, wouldn't it?
It's probably on Twitter. Yeah. Apparently, it's also lucrative. Netting you $5 million fucking dollars.
Well, yeah, clearly.
I'll be amazed if that's actually fucking true.
Yeah, I couldn't find it easily. Hang on, let me try DuckDuckGo.
There's apparently reports of gunfire between these.
Yeah, here it is. It's a Daily Mail article. Here we go.
Oh shit, it's real?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Most people think of rape as sexy. From 2019. There's the clip? Can we play it? That's good.
Let's talk about what you say happened, because obviously the details of it all matter.
This
is, I should point out, just part of, this is one person you talk about in your book. This is not a book about Donald Trump. This is not, there's not Donald Trump on the cover. This is about your life and...
We don't even mention his name. I mentioned his name once in the book. Once.
So do you believe that Trump had sex with this woman?
No.
Just from the look on her face, I can tell you were not a pretty chicken at any point in your life.
Goodman.
I was coming out of Bergdorf's.
Which was a store I heard you liked a lot.
It's a posh and...
This is the most... Yeah, I remember this story. It's the most ridiculous story that he just, like molested her as she was coming out of a store in New York. It's ridiculous.
Posy
and your whole face lights up when you talk about Bergdorf.
I was just there today.
Okay.
I just loved it. So I was coming out, and he was coming in. He was standing out, and he put his hand like this. So I did not go through the revolving door. He came in. He said, "Hey, you're that advice lady." And I said, "Hey, you're that real estate tycoon." He said, "Come advise me. I want to buy a present." I said, "Oh, for who?" He said, "For a girl." So I was enchanted. It was such a great...
Dude, if they did fuck, it's because she came on to him hardcore. Just from her... Look at her body language. It's so... Even if this ever happened... I was so enchanted
by him, so you found him charming.
Yeah, so you want to have sex with him. I mean, like, look at her body language. Like, look, okay, I'm not a body language expert. I'm damn close to it. I'm a communication scholar. Come on, dude.
Great moment. So... How about the handbags? Oh no, he doesn't want a handbag. Well, how about a hat? So he strolls to that.
And had you met him prior
once,
to that?
Just once, briefly. There's a picture.
That's where the photo of with
my ex-husband and he with his ex-wife.
That seems bizarre. Just his interview. Oh, you're that real estate tycoon. But you'd met and been in a photo together before.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
This sounds ridiculous.
A very nice.
I think he paid her shut up money. She's like, just shut up and stop talking about it forever, you crazy bitch. I'm not interested in you.
It's a very nice.
Which, by the way, he had said he's never even met you previously. Obviously, the picture which we have, tells a different story.
So we went to the hats, and he immediately grabbed a fur hat, of course.
It's more that he doesn't fucking remember you.
Or
because you're so inconsequential.
I said, "Oh, you can't put a dead animal on your head." And then I found out later, of course, all of his women wear those fur hats. Ivanka. You've seen pictures. They all wear. Okay.
His daughter and his wife.
Yeah.
Who are both, well, his wife being Eastern European, and his daughter.
It's almost like it's cold.
Her daughter. All his women. Isn't that a strange
way to phrase
it? Isn't
that
weird to phrase it? All his women. One of them is his daughter. You weirdo.
So he asked, I said, "How old is the young lady?" And he said, "How old are you?" And I said, 52. And he said, "You're so old."
Based. I don't want to listen to the rest of this. Do you want to keep listening to this? Like, I don't believe anything this woman
that
says.
Sounds like something that Trump was actually saying.
It would. Yeah. And we're supposed to believe that after this, he then raped her.
Yeah.
Which he didn't take again to criminal court.
Trump
she took it to civil
really
court.
Old and then rape you.
Right. What lunacy. And this is old news, but like, yeah, he had to pay her $5 million, and she's sitting on fucking cloud 9 right now. Who is not sitting on cloud 9 is Bud Light.
Oh.
Chicago gay bars boycott Bud Light.
What?
So there, you know about this?
No.
Chicago gay bars. Here it is. Two Bears Tavern Group, gay bar collective, has said in view of Anheuser-Busch InBev's abandonment of its support of transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney, the subsequent reprehensible and divisive comments by its CEO and Anheuser-Busch which they've not in any way denounced Dylan Mulvaney. They've just cut ties. They've just been like, we're just not going to work with Dylan again.
Oh no. I'm sure there's a lot of homosexuals in these bars that really give a massive fuck about piss beer.
I know.
They don't even fucking drink beer in general. What homosexual drinks beer? That's
I know.
Drink.
So because Anheuser-Busch is not going to work with Dylan Mulvaney again.
You drink cocktails.
Shows its customer how little Anheuser-Busch cares about the LGBTQIA plus community.
That sounds like a code, doesn't it?
So all these Chicago bars, the Sofo Tap, the Meeting House Tavern, Two Bears Tavern, and the Jackhammer, gee, I wonder what happens there, are all boycotting.
Like pile-driven.
Yeah, are all boycotting.
In a pile. That's like slang for
Anheuser-Busch products.
Two Bears Tavern, dude. The whole place just
by the way, I want to be clear, to this day,
but still.
To this day, Budweiser has not apologized, has not said anything that they were wrong about hiring Dylan Mulvaney. They just said they're not going to work with him again.
Well done. I'm impressed.
Anheuser-Busch CEO blames social media misinformation for Bud Light boycott, which has led to 26% drop in sales, as he insists Dylan Mulvaney partnership was one post, not an advertisement.
How is that okay,
were you paid for it? Yes.
No.
Isn't this fantastic?
No. How do you see a video and then consider this misinformation? So, can you run that one by me?
Let's run it by you. DeCaris told the Financial Times over the weekend, people often talk about this topic in social media like noise. You have one fact and every person puts an opinion behind the fact, and the opinions start to be replicated fast on each and every comment. By the time 10 or 20 people put a comment out there, the reality is no longer what the fact is, but more about what the comments were.
Well, hold on a sec. You're doing the same thing.
I know, right?
You're literally
Isn't this
taking
cute?
this entire
Isn't
boycott
this cute?
as misinformation. You just did the exact same thing you're accusing them of doing.
I know. We never intended to make it for the general for general production. They're talking about the fucking can.
The can, yeah.
The can with his face on it. That's not what it's about. You made a promotional can. You paid him money and made him a promotional can. And then you're like, well, we didn't. Then it says, it was not an advertisement.
Yes, it was.
Let me tell you this. Now, the reason my video is not out yet is because I've been waiting to partner with someone to advertise for, that I want to work with for an advertiser for my new video. You're out of your fucking mind. You have to sign an agreement. This is why I know this is such bullshit. If a brand sent me an Aiden Paladin themed product, I've worked with things like Magic. They haven't sent me Aiden Paladin's themed stuff, but that's an advertisement because inherently it's involved with, okay, then show it off, which Dylan did, not just with the, like, there's a Bud Light with my face on it. There was a totally different video, which was like, hey, it's March Madness. Open up a whatever team you like, I like too. This is the most egregious gaslighting I've ever seen. And by the way, do you notice what's important about this? No apology. Still, now it's not even that there's no apology. It's that, no, you're wrong. You misremember things. In fact, you're an idiot. Just like the marketing CEO said. Bunch of stupid frat bros who are so fucking stupid, they won't understand any of this.
By the way, do you know how this person is, this person is not freaking trans and this is a gimmick?
Yes, obviously.
Well, yeah, but the thing that people need to recognize is the fact that their name is still the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everyone else that changes. Why can I hear myself in your background?
Because I had to turn my volume. Again, this is the problem. I had to turn my what do you call it? My gate up so high because people said they couldn't hear me. Let me turn it down.
It's fine.
See, now it's a perfect 50. Let's see if it's better.
Right, well, there we go. Yeah, it's right now. But the thing of it is, heaven's sake, they still use their same freaking name, and the person just said they're attention-seeking morons.
Yeah.
Yes, this person's an attention-seeking dipshit. He's only doing this for attention. Like, fucking who will be kidding?
Obviously.
Oh, look, it's a scary bitch.
Yes, Hernerscheid or whatever her name is. She's the one who said like, oh, I hate all of our customers. They're a bunch of shitty fucking frat bros. I mean, like, you're not getting away with this, and this is not the move, by the way, to be like, well, you're too stupid to understand that it wasn't an advertisement. It was just one promotional piece. That's called an advertisement, by the way. That's called an advertisement.
It doesn't need to be an advertisement campaign. It's still an advertisement of some kind.
Speaking of some hilarious cope, watch this. Look at this. Speaking of gaslighting, look at this gaslighting. And this one's very funny because this is about the progressives insist it's a conspiracy that they want to ban gas stoves. Look at this.
You might think that the U.S. government is coming for your gas stove.
They are.
That is a new and absolutely ridiculous one.
Turns out Fox News and Republicans are up in arms because they say the government is coming to take your stoves.
What Republicans are saying is, damn it, they're going to take your gas stove.
The GOP have been stoking a ridiculous new freakout about gas stoves. No one is taking your gas stove.
The right-wing freakout over the use of gas stoves is merely the latest in a long series of made-up culture war battles
so made up,
designed to enrage and rile up their right-wing and paranoid base.
Republicans are prone to conspiracy theories, whether it's, the kook.
The fact that they're all saying
I can't listen to it anymore. But so New York becomes the first state to ban gas stoves in new residential building construction.
Which means that no one's going to live there.
All right, they're not doing it. I can't stand this smug bullshit. I already buried the lead, but there it is. Do you want to listen to any more of these people lie to your face?
Like JFK Jr. is coming back from the dead to run with Trump.
That's kind of a creepy thing to say.
Just oh my god, it's so scary. They're so literally insane. Now, I'm not gonna have anywhere near amount of time to get through this, but I want you guys, if you have any time, to watch this video from Nuance Bro. I'm gonna post it here in the description if you have not seen it yet, because we're not gonna have time to do this, and I also don't want to take any views away from Nuance Bro. It only has 62,000 views, and that's a fucking crime. Nearly at 63,000. Nuance Bro, we've talked about these two guys, Harry Sisson and Chris Mowry, the TikTok bros, the TikTok Democrat dudes. You can see some of their shit here. He posts some of it.
See some of these memes coming out. And people made other memes, of course.
I mean, but like that, these are the memes. Yeah, because that's how they sounded. Let me watch the actual videos. These little Democrat dudes.
Household, or is giving guns to your 2-year-old children, you're part of the issue, and I have no problem saying that. Other countries are looking at us like we're insane because of our gun culture, and I want to make it clear, I have no problem with people wanting to defend themselves, but
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Why do you all talk like you're on coke?
Because they probably are.
Glorify these weapons, which have been used to take thousands of lives, and that glorification has prevented any real change. We need more gun control now, or tragedies will continue to occur.
As you can see, this video.
So these dudes like. Yeah, sorry, I went to the meme, but...
And a gun epidemic has overtaken this country. We have sat by, we have idly watched over and over and over again as you value NRA money and the right to a gun over our lives. But this is what you do not understand.
They both sound like women, by the way.
They absolutely do.
We are no longer watching. We are now voting. We are now in the streets, and I would be scared. Your time has come, and 2024 will be ugly. We are over this.
Yeah.
I want to smack this kid so fucking bad. It's
I know, me too. Obviously.
Like, you sound like an hysterical woman. Shut the fuck up and talk like a man, for God's sakes. Grow a pair of balls, you an embarrassment, cringe kid. Jesus Christ.
So here, let me give you the TLDR of this 1 hour long video, but I highly suggest, if you've got some time to watch Nuance Bro, break it down in detail. These two little motherfuckers are paid for by the DNC, both directly and indirectly. They cried and said that it was a lie, and they got exposed. Well, no, not on Tim Dillon. They said they didn't like the Democrats, which is this one here.
Yes,
I've actually done it before. I've criticized Democrats, like specifically Hakeem Jeffries, and it all just went south. Like, I started losing followers. Like, it's bad, right? And I really want to.
Oh, I
if he
wonder why you don't
criticizes,
criticize them.
Yep, if he criticizes a Democrat, he loses followers.
Be that
So
person that, like,
basically,
reaches the
you
other side.
were. Well, to be fair, that is a capitalistic very argument. It's, ooh, look, I have to appease my audience. I can understand that. But when you
No, I can't.
No, from a capitalistic
A
perspective. I'm not saying
purely
moralistic.
capitalistic one, not a
Yes.
moralistic one. Yeah.
Yes. They don't often mix very well.
Mm-hmm.
At least not for
Yeah.
politics. For business reasons, yeah, they're totally fine.
But basically, they've been paid something in the vicinity of definitely hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
This whole clip is fucking funny. As
Yeah.
Because Democrats, I mean, they're horrible at their jobs, right? They do a lot of shitty.
Democrats are horrible at their jobs.
These are
Just
the
one
people
more time.
who sim for them. The Democrats.
These
need
are the
them because
ones-
Republicans are horrible, and this kid straight up says
Yes.
Democrats suck. They do horrible things. Why the fuck do you vote for them? Then, kid?
Yes, these are the two kids who the Democrats have paid millions of dollars collectively through various different outlets. And go watch Nuance Bros video. I'm just saying, you can go watch the Nuance Bros video and find out how many millions of dollars that not just the Democrat, not the DNC directly, because of course it's almost never directly, but indirectly through a bunch of PACs. The Democrats have paid these two kids literally millions of dollars at this point to be cute little zoomy boys to defend and promote the Democrat Party,
That they themselves
and
hate.
here's what they have to say about it.
The other side, because Democrats, I mean, they're horrible at their jobs, right? They do a lot of shitty things. Although I'll vote for them all the time, but it's also
What a
hard
bizarre thing to say, by the way. Like, oh, I hate Democrats; they're terrible, but I'll vote for them.
in the space to criticize
That's a
them.
good. Can we clip that quote? They're horrible
Please
at their
don't.
jobs and do
Please-
shitty
please-
things.
please don't- please don't-
I
please
will
don't
vote
clip
for
that.
them.
Please.
Please don't clip it, please, please, please. What a
Alright.
little fucking loser.
The
I
most
love it.
annoying thing about this is
Mhm.
not the fact that these kids, Republicans, what the fuck are you doing to get the youth to vote for you? Nothing.
don't pay- no.
Nothing at
What do
fucking
you-
all.
Well, this is the whole problem. It's the difference is that Republicans are based on ideas and beliefs and morals and values, and
no,
Democrats.
no.
No, I'm serious about this. The Democrat. That's the Republican mindset. So they think like, well, people will come to our side naturalistically because we have the better
No.
ideas.
No,
the
no,
Democrats
I
are like,
disagree.
no, we gotta pay people to do that shit.
No, I
Yeah?
disagree. I don't think that's the way at all. No. I don't think there's any difference between the Democrat and the Republican establishment.
True.
Nothing. The one just says, look, you're just going to do a bunch of dumb shit, and we're just going to... But basically, we are the people who harangue and make an acceptable amount of noise and then do fuck all. That's it. The Republican Party is controlled opposition. They do fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. They are fucking useless. They are good for nothing. They are the absolute fucking useless bureaucratic machinery. They are absolutely fucking useless.
That probably is a vast majority of them. I would agree with you on that.
There's the
However,
small fringe like the MAGA, but they're not Republicans.
Right.
There's something else.
Yeah, there's something else. They're nationalists first and foremost, and I do think though the problem is that like, okay, let's say this is the MAGA people then. Let's ignore the Republican Party because fucking RNC sucks. But just talking about the MAGA types, I think they do have what I just described. Is that they're like people will come to our movement naturalistically. We have to pay them, whereas the Democrats realize that people will never come to their side naturalistically without being paid, and they play a very different game from the rest of us.
They need
Is that
advertising.
they know it's all about ads, it's all about manipulation, and so when shit like this happens, for example, you can see, this is amazing. The left has no idea how to respond to it. So
Wait,
this
ca-
is a
ca-
kid.
Can we just explain
Yes.
what this is? This is
How about you?
Hassan
Yeah, go ahead.
Piker, who is a cringe homosexual.
Socialist commie,
an
yeah.
anti-capitalist who sits in a $3 million fucking mansion in LA
Mhm.
because that's socialism pays you extremely well.
I
Apparently.
don't mean to be rude. I'm about to go hang out with a commie in like an hour. Like so. I like some commies, okay? Just not
I mean, the
this one.
GOP doesn't have the funds to pull this. Yes, they fucking do.
They have the funds. They don't have the.
Absolutely,
no-
they have
they
the-
don't-
the funds
they
to
have
pull
the.
this.
DRT is king. Thank you for the $2, but the GOP has the funds. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't understand.
How much money did DeSantis get for his re-election governor
they-
campaign in Florida? They absolutely have the fucking money.
Yeah, they paid these. I mean, ultimately, they didn't pay these guys that much. They funneled a little bit of money through from PACs, but yeah, they paid them. I mean, and like, I know that this sounds insane to all of us who are like normal people, but they only paid these kids like what, like $2 million. To them, that's literally nothing.
Oh, by the way,
You know, it's a drop in the bucket.
Lance saying it sounds like the Matt Walsh video game problem. Yeah, I've actually done a video
Yeah.
about Matt Walsh. I just haven't edited it yet, but I have the script and everything is done. Because I know he had a spat with Jeremy, And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about how the chat feels about Matt Walsh. I can't fucking stand him because
yeah.
he's that 80s televangelist moralist type, and I can't fucking stand those people. Because I remember watching him talk about games and anime, that kind of shit, and I thought, oh my god, I know who you are.
weird.
You were that 80s televangelist moral prick that put so many people of my generation off the right wing because you're an asshole, you want to ban things, and you're just a spiteful little gimp. Fuck you. I hate your kind. You do not know how to win culture wars.
We gotta figure out how to, because I have to leave at midnight.
He's
so I gotta figure
homosexual.
out. Do you want to start the Tim Pool video at the end, and we'll see what we can get through.
Sure, why
We're gonna have to split this video. I can already, or this stream. I can already tell we're gonna have to do another stream because there's no way we're gonna get through this stuff.
Tomorrow.
Because I want to talk about the shooter, and that's not gonna happen tonight. I don't think.
Well, ask the chat what they want first, the Lance thing or the Nazi thing.
Yeah, okay. Chat, what would you prefer? Okay, which first?
Oh, Keebler, then you would like my video because that's basically what I bash him for.
It's gonna
'cause
be
I can't stand that watch for that opinion.
Cool.
Yes,
or,
I agree. Leave Jeremy though. Jeremy's good people.
Shooter. Because they're all right. Let's watch this so while you all answer this because this is really fucking funny.
We love landlords. We're here to protest against the landlords and the unions. We love them.
We love landlords. We love landlords.
We love landlords. We love them a lot. We're all against unions. They're not fair to the corporate companies.
The more you do that, and the more you end up hurting.
You end up hurting.
The more you end up hurting
the more
capital.
You end up hurting the capital.
The quicker the strike will end.
It's astonishing how easy it is. Look how fucking furious he is. All the kid did is just repeat his own words back to him. He looks like he's about to set himself on fucking fire out of rage. It's beautiful.
This is why Hassan Piker doesn't meet normal people, because normal people would beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, because he literally can't deal with anything else. He lives in a fucking hug box. He can't deal with, and it's not just him, it's most lefties. They can't deal with regular people, as we're gonna see with Lance on Tim Pool.
By the way,
it looks
you know
like
how old that kid is?
How old?
That kid is 16 years old.
Wow, yeah. People are seeing them want to
Piker
cover
got
the
his
Alex.
ass kicked by a 16-year-old.
I know, got himself fucking destroyed. Those are people wants to cover the Allen, Texas shooter over Lance on Tim Pool, which
should.
It's probably fine because that one might be more well suited for like a different stream. You know what I mean?
Longer stream, yeah.
Yeah.
We can probably crush all the Nazi thing.
Yeah.
By the way, I was discussing this with Aiden earlier, and it turns out I can flex my Nazi skill set apparently.
We'll get to that. It looks like from the poll we're gonna do that tonight. So okay.
Hell yes.
We landlords.
Landlords. Landlords. Landlords.
We love
Landlords.
We love them.
He's trying so hard to not be violent. It's insane. He's literally struggling to not be violent against
Like
children.
Such a woman, you gay.
He is such a bitch, dude.
Landlords.
You want to move away a little bit?
No,
He's threatening them with violence. Cause he's that. What a baby bitch, Hassan Piker. I'm coming to kill you
There's a long
at your
clip where
house.
he just says like, no, you tried to intimidate me, but there's a clip of where
Yeah.
the kid talks about this.
Oh, I don't have that. Because we're gonna move into that. Move into the
It's like
so
you
much
came
shorter
back.
topic. I don't want to go through all of this, but I do want to go through a little bit of this since we're not covering. We're gonna cover the shooter tomorrow or whenever. iDubbbz has revealed himself to be the biggest fucking little baby bitch on planet Earth, and this seemed apropos to play after that Hassan clip. I'm gonna make. Hang on. Actually, I'm just gonna play this in my regular because I don't know how much we're gonna watch about this. This is some fucked up shit. I don't know how much. Actually, you know what? There's no real reason to play this. Let me just give you the TLDR, I guess. iDubbbz is not a man anymore. iDubbbz is again 7. You can see here 7.57 million subscribers. Sets up a boxing match. A guy he doesn't like trains with another guy that he doesn't like trains a dude who's supposed to fight in his boxing match. He cancels him at the last second, and it's all to protect the precious fucking vulnerability of his literal whore wife. Like, let's just listen to a little bit of it because it's insane.
And you were a pawn in some game of.
This is. I'm actually surprised this video is still up because it's one of the worst videos I've ever seen on YouTube in terms of response.
Found out that iDubbbz and Anissa don't play games.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Brief update, I am healed from Creator Clash 2. It was a success.
It was a success. You lost horribly, but go ahead.
Alex Wasabi beat me up. He won his fight fair and square, and I have all the respect for Alex. He's a good competitor.
I'm cool with it being a little fast. You guys are good with that.
The Creator Clash card. And thank you to all the fans who came. It was an amazing event. I'm very happy, very emotional, awesome experience.
Are you happy?
I'll never forget it. Having said all that, you guys are here for the juice and the grease. So I'm gonna give you guys the grease and the juice, and that all has to do with Froggy Fresh. The reason I didn't address any of this sooner is because I was terrified of jeopardizing the success of the event, because there are a lot more people involved in this than just Anissa and I.
Wait, what? Hang on, El Degusto is an Oni plays Civil War where woke fans are against everyone else and angry that Oni and Tomar like Sam Hyde, and they didn't want to collab? Of course Oni and Tomar like Sam Hyde, they're based, and they're not little baby bitches. Oh, then those people will need to get out of the Oni plays fucking fandom. How'd they end up there in the first place? Oni is not a very safe for work guy, holy shit. He's not gonna coddle your feelings.
These are people that I really care about, and I
Yes, this is content, Cope.
It would be very selfish if I was like, I understand public perception right now, guys. I'm just gonna make a quick 10-minute video and I'll squash all the rumors, I'll squash all the beef. I have no idea what public perception for this video is going to be.
Let me tell you, not great's the answer, Ian.
He looks like a redneck person who... He's just looks shady.
Now, I don't know.
On the side.
Because YouTube has totally removed the dislikes, even the ability to look at them through, plugins.
Really?
But is 70? Yes, as of just like yesterday. But 70,000. No, I don't have it off the top of my head. But yeah, it happened just like yesterday or so. What, the video? Oh, see if you can see it. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it doesn't work anymore. But this video has 1.3 million views and only 71,000 updates. Not looking great for you, Ian.
And now, like a 1 to 10 ratio.
Now, again, you're not really familiar with this guy, are you, Spoon?
No.
Now, let me tell you why this guy has 7.5 million subscribers.
Okay.
Because he used to say the N-word and the F-slur and be very edgy.
Oh, so he used to be based.
He used to be funny, and now he got married to a literal prostitute.
73,000 dislikes.
Okay, wow, I was expecting to be worse than that.
Yeah, so did I.
So he got married to a literal prostitute, as in she legitimately prostitutes her body online for other people to see, and then he became this.
The event is now over with. I can risk.
He decided to start hosting boxing matches after Sam Hyde taught him how to box during a period of time where he was making a secret documentary on Sam Hyde to expose him as a white supremacist. Yeah, I know. I know. It's a bunch of nonsense.
I can air my grievances and we can see where it goes. I need to bring you guys up to speed on where I'm at as a person and as a content creator. My philosophy for a while was, well, people will figure it out.
Yeah, iDubbbz is the epitome of pulling the ladder up behind him. Absolutely. He got where he is by being a big edgy boy, and now he's like, nobody else can be up here with me. I'm the only edgy one.
Videos I make. But the problem is the videos I make, I sort of avoid speaking from the heart. I'm just gonna focus on a piece of content.
Yeah, I know iDubbbz prefers to call it sex worker, but let's be real, his wife is a literal prostitute.
I think I have bad associations with sharing my life on the internet. I'm like, no, that shouldn't be my thing. Like, leave that up to the vloggers. But I think it's important to share where I'm at, so none of what I'm talking about in this Froggy Fresh video feels like I'm being hypocritical or, I'm misleading you in any way. I think a lot of the content I've made...
Hang on, what, sorry, Bill?
I have been handed a completely perfect...
Sorry, one second.
...kind of metaphor for the situation.
Wait, come up here, because you can't hear you when you're down in the holler there, Bill. You got to come up here into the hills. What?
I've just been gifted from someone else's stream a completely perfect metaphor for this, which is, if iDubbbz was told that class was for sale, he wouldn't know what to shoplift.
Oh, fuck. True, to be honest.
It's been irresponsible and misguided. and I think I've hurt a lot of people with the content I've made. You know, despite many people.
Oh, what is Anissa?
Anissa, she should change her name to Austerity.
Oh, austerity. Sorry, Bill's got some random input, but I love Bill's random input.
You know, I'm not trying to
bargain bin no bag. He
like
says.
You've learned important lessons, or you have grown as a person because of the content I've made. I don't want to take that away from you. With some good can come a lot of bad, and I think I've done a lot of bad. And you know, at the bare minimum, I've just put a lot of negativity out there in the world, and I'm working on not doing that. I plan on expanding on all of this in a further video. I think there's a lot of content from over the years.
Oh, who cares? Let's get into it. Okay. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Okay, question. Just so because I don't know who this person is. Why should I give a fuck about this person?
It's funny.
Right now, he just seems like kind of gay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You figured it out. Yes, he's kind of gay. He used to be, again, an edgy boy, like I said, who used to like say the N-word all the time.
Because like when someone says like I put in a lot of negativity out there, like that just screams cringe.
Yeah, it is cringe.
Trained with Sam Hyde for the year previous.
Okay, so so he's talking about like Harley from Epic Mealtime trained with this guy Sam Hyde for a year and was in his first wrestling event. Then he has a second wrestling event, and there's another YouTuber who trains with the same dude, and all of a sudden he's like, you can't be in my event because you train with this guy who's mean. He called my wife a whore. Just watch this, dude. Watch this for a second.
That was before...
yeah, she's a literal prostitute, like I said. Yeah, she's a literal prostitute, sells nudes of herself online. Yeah.
Sam was saying this about my wife.
I don't think so, Anissa. Bitch. Ho. Fucking Anissa. What an ugly piece of shit. But, I mean, look how beat she is. Oh, nice jack-o'-lantern teeth. I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's 32. Her teeth look like a pumpkin head.
I'm 32, but I don't like that beat up, bro.
I like
It's the Anissa Joma hole stretcher.
I love Sam Hyde. He's great.
Sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly into charity. Yeah. Everybody hates him and his wife's a slut.
So yeah, now that this guy is on the daily insulting my wife, I think it's pretty fair to, you know, not want to associate with him in any way. We did ban Sam from the first event, so it's not as if he's confused.
So you're a loser. Okay.
Where he stands in all this. I don't like him. And Froggy knows that. Froggy knows that I don't like him. Of course. That's why he was banned. You know, none of this is like news to Froggy. Froggy knew all of this going into it. For anyone who's under the impression that Froggy has been like reasonable and chill and respectful through this whole process, he hasn't been. He's been a piece of shit. I'm not happy with how he's behaved. He's talked mad shit about me.
Ian doesn't want people who are bigger and more talented than him upstaging him. That's what it is.
Anissa.
Ian's
That's very true. It's interesting you included that because it's fucking true. This is just some. I wish I could really like sometimes I wish I could like mind meld with you to show you like all the stupid.
If she stopped whoring, he would stop making fun of her.
Right, like, but sometimes, like I have all this information about like YouTube drama in my head, and it's so complicated. I wish I could just convey it to you in a way that would make sense. But a lot of people in the chat, I think, know like what's going on. That's the problem. Is that you don't. There's not. That's the problem. It's just that we're trying to. I gotta try to figure out how to make this make sense to you. I try to make this make sense to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so to try and make it make sense. Basically, again, this guy was funny and based, and he would say gamer words, and now he's cringe and gay because he got married to a whore. And now he's angry because a guy who he invited to be a part of his fucking boxing match made fun of him just a little bit, and then he kicked him out of the boxing match, which cost him money that he spent on training, and he can't understand. And then he's like, "But I'm the one I'm being bullied."
So basically, the morals of the story is do as I say, not as I do, and don't marry a whore.
Yeah. Don't marry a whore is the big takeaway there. And also, it does make me sad. Like I've talked about this before. Like I actually had a crush on iDubbbz at one point. They went out like, many years ago. I had a crush on him. I was like, oh, he's a cutie. I liked him.
If one day you wake up and believing the exact opposite of what you do, that's basically iDubbbz evolution.
Yes.
So basically, one day I wake up a Democrat. Oh God.
Yeah. That's what happens when you involve yourself with fucking weird ass females. They change. Some women like this can just wrap men's balls around in a fucking twist and completely change their personalities, and it's so bizarre, which is really what happened here.
completely
in my
removed via
opinion.
Anissa.
Participants of the event.
This is really a lot of weird, tender, soft people. Creator Clash people are real, like, these type of people. You know what I mean?
The event itself.
This is really like the patty cake league for like social.
It is Patty Cake League, as you're proving here, Ian.
Boxing.
He doesn't like the culture of Creator Clash, and he mentioned that.
And Chris Ray Gun and all these people, it's like something.
So I talked about this when it happened a couple weeks ago, or like a month ago, is that Chris Ray Gun got like matched against, because Chris Ray Gun was supposed to fight this dude. They're essentially the same height. They're both manlets. They're like both 5'6" or 5'7", and around the same height. Instead, Chris Ray Gun got put against a guy who was over 6 inches taller than him and had 50 fucking pounds on him and got his shit fucking destroyed. What's up? Oh, right, they're 5'3". So, yeah, they're both like 5'3". They're literal manlets.
And their weight's like the exact same.
Their weight was the exact same. But the important point is that the guy that Chris Ray Gun got matched with after this match got canceled is a dude who had 6 inches and between, I saw 30 to 50 pounds, depending on when the weigh-in was, 30 to 50 pounds on Chris Ray Gun and had actual boxing experience. Chris Ray Gun got his shit fucking wrecked. He got, and I felt terrible for Chris, because he actually got, and here's the thing that's so ridiculous about this, is that if they had any kind of fucking concern for the health and well-being of the fighters in this event, they would never in a million fucking years match up someone with one fighter with another fighter who is 6 inches and 30 to 40 pounds fucking heavier than them. That's insane. I'm sorry, Keelan. I'm not trying to like, I'm saying manlet in a just like in terms of like this other guy's like way fucking taller than him, dude, you know?
Like, I'm not sure why people take it. Why do people trust iDubbbz to run a boxing league? He looks like the ghost of Bobby Sands. I wouldn't trust iDubbbz to win an arm wrestling competition at Auschwitz.
Yeah, the guy he put against it was another dude, not him. I don't know the other guy's name.
Bill, that was rough.
I know. But the guy that they had, he was a black dude who they had to replace this guy to fight to fight Chris Ray Gun, and he was a black dude who had 6 inches and like 30 to 40 pounds on him. By the way, here's why that matters: is because in a fighting context, that could get you fucking killed. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the actual.
I wouldn't go that far, but it will definitely
potentially
get you beaten.
You're gonna get concussed. How about that? You know,
yeah.
You can get really fucked up. You're gonna get really fucked up. Sometimes people don't understand like how important like a couple I know, a couple of inches and pounds is in the arena, right? And I just let it go because he had to because this dude trained with Sam Hyde, who was mean to his wife, who is a literal prostitute.
Oh, a second.
Don't.
Did Chris Ray Gun turn into a cringy leftist?
Yeah, a while back, kind of, but it's whatever.
I haven't really paid attention to this.
That doesn't mean he deserves to get potentially fucking murdered in the ring, dude. Like that does not mean he deserves that shit. Holy fuck. I don't know. Do you want any more of this? Like, I would watch the rest of this video from iDubbbz, where he tries to fucking defend the fact that he basically tried to get Chris Ray Gun killed out of his personal fucking vendetta. Let's just we're gonna do the what people voted for, the Nazi. Let's move into the Nazi stuff. Okay.
And I'm going to ask the chat question to see how well they know Nazis. And Patricia's no,
yes,
you're not allowed to answer because you're German, so I expect you to know more than the average.
Okay. So, all right. So here's the thread on the shooter. This is the thread that went very viral on the shooter from Bellingcat, journalist. Put all those things in quotations as you will. Eric Toller. So, in Allen, Texas, the other day, 8 people were murdered by a shooter in a mall. And that's horrifying.
Okay.
Spoon, I have to give my little bit of gravitas to it, okay?
Really? If you're
Yes,
do
because-
gravitas, you need to do better than that, my dear.
Because 8 people were murdered.
Okay, this is America.
Some of them were children, dude.
Okay.
What? How do you have no empathy?
'Cause this is America.
Oh, I have empathy, and for it. And
That's because you're a girl. I'm barely breathing. I'm mostly machine.
he shot 8 people. 6 people lost their lives, including, I think, 1 child that was as young as 8. And it's never okay. Like, this stuff's terrible. Children died, dude. Like, I think like 3 of them were kids, my dude.
Okay.
Anywho,
I
sorry.
shouldn't have laughed at the deadpan reaction.
Yeah, people die every day, but innocent children don't die and have their lives taken away from them by a fucking gunman. I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah, Spoon has the empathy of a Spoon, almost a sociopath. Yeah.
By someone called Mauricio Garcia. The motive remains unclear. I'm going to read the
People have
Twitter
to understand. I am
Yeah.
jaded by the fact that there is probably something wrong with me, and I find it difficult to empathize with people. If I can't see emotion, I suck at that. Like, if I can see someone in distress, then I can empathize because I can see in front of me. But if it's
Right.
like a story in text, like, I'm basically completely retarded.
I know, but I'm sorry. I think I'm allowed to a little bit be just like, when children get murdered, I'm allowed to be a little bit sad about it and be like, that's a horrible waste of life that makes me unhappy. And then, because I want to go pray to God about it. And I mean, like, I know that that's not something everybody does, but it makes me want to go. Well, I do is go, pray to Jesus to save their souls, right? Because it's fucking ridiculous. Oh, okay. So here's what happened. This dude, Eric Toller, said that he found the profile of the Allen, Texas shooter that was described in a New York Times article.
By the way, I have to make fun of the story because the details that the media have been trying to spin is so
Yeah, we're
absurd
gonna
and
get
stupid
into
that
it.
we have to make
Yeah.
fun of it.
Yeah. So he said he found it on the profile that we're about to look at here in this Twitter thread that I'm about to unroll here. It's from a website called Odnoklassniki, which means classmates. It is a Russian website that is designed literally for the purpose, and specifically for the purpose, of Russian classmates from high school and college to keep in touch with each other. And yet, for some reason,
Basically Russian Facebook.
it's Russian Facebook, but it's like the second or third least popular Russian only social media account or social media web service. Also, what you'll find if you go through this guy's accounts, which I have archived as much as they have been archived, which is very little, by the way, and also his account has now been deleted, so you can't see it now in public, is that not a single fucking post on his Russian Facebook account had a single interaction. He had no friends on it. It had no likes. It had no interactions. It was completely fucking just him posting into the void. This seems a little weird, doesn't it? Now, we're going to get into how Eric Toller, who found out that this was apparently his account on Odnoklassniki.
This is not a Russian ops. The Russians are way too smart to pull this kind of
Right,
stupid shit.
within hours. Now, a curious thing that you might be asking yourselves is, well, it's been over a month, and we still have no manifesto from the Nashville shooter. Because of course not. But this dude managed to find and leak and publish I will get there in a moment. Publish all of this fucking information within 24 hours. Galactic Emperor Slurm says, I get it, Spoon. Every time there's a pew-pew incident, I end up wondering how conservatives are going to get blamed for it. Well, here we are. And here we are, Galactic Emperor Schlurm. Now, they didn't for the Tranifesto in Nashville because that one was a little bit too... It wasn't good optics for them, so they just buried that one. Never going to fucking release the Tranifesto there. Now, are they? However, within, again, less than 24 hours, every post from this fucking weirdo, and I don't know, and by the way, no one knows if this is actually this guy's fucking account, because all we have, and by the way, if you go to this guy's Twitter profile now, Eric Toller, he's partially been pulling back from, he's like, well, I'm just doing some investigation. I don't know if it's him. I'm not trying to make any definitive statements. But you did. You made a ton of definitive statements. Yeah, he also didn't say any definitive slurs. But he said weird shit, right? This is interesting, though. It's weird that this is the first thing he posts of this guy's posts on Odlaklasniki, which I'll just call okay from now on. Odlaklasniki. He says here, the Nashville shooting was particularly interesting because the bitch broke the ER barrier with a decent score for the first time. It's the greatest accomplishment for feminism ever. For a Foyd, even though a tranny, but still a vagina haver, to feel so empowered they could take it upon themselves to pick themselves by the bootstraps to get their gear in order and successfully go ER, a moment Valerie Solanas would be proud of. Only feminism could have taken biological women to the logical extreme of embodying the highest pinnacles of toxic masculinity. When was the account made, Cabler? It's been around for a while. It's deleted now, so there's no way to find out a lot of that information. So he's got his right-wing Death Squad Punisher logos on this picture of body armor he posted. But again, it's not even clear if this is the same guy. And I'm going to have to... I will show the parts where it does seem to be the same guy, but... Really weird notes like this. He was trying to be the Zodiac Killer, I said. This apparently Eric Toller, editorializes. I think this guy's a lunatic. And I'm going to explain to you why he's a lunatic. So, okay. So he idolizes the transgender shooter. Okay? Right? He idolizes... So this picture...
He's a Nazi, dude.
So now here's photos of him being a Nazi.
Okay, let me ask the chat.
I have a bunch of questions about this photo.
What can the people in the chat... What is wrong with this picture? I know I'm not the only one who knows what is wrong.
Well, okay, I can tell you a whole bunch of things about this picture, but I would like also the chat to. So we'll wait here for a moment. Can you all notice some problems with this picture, which was posted on his?
Aside from the fact that you can't see his face, which is kind of a dead giveaway.
On the Klasniki profile, right? What about this photo? Looks a little bit odd. Is that him? Good question, Errol Merton. I don't know. Is it him? There's no face. There's no way of knowing if this is him now, is it? The tats are new. Yeah.
One person in the chat got it right.
The tats are brand new. The swastika is not at a 45-degree angle, Foy Burkhardt. No, it's all three. People in the chat got every single one of the issues. Okay. 1, there's no face. We have no way of knowing if this is him, by the way.
Yeah.
2, that how do you call it? The Schutz
SS.
Schutzstaffel. The SS is clearly a brand new tattoo because it's still raised from how new it is. Yes. Right? 3, the swastika is
not at a 45.
Not at a 45-degree angle.
That's how you know the guy's not a freaking Nazi. If he was an actual Nazi, no Nazi would ever draw it at a 45. They always do it at a 90 grand.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
This is bizarre.
Whenever you see the people who fake a hate crime, they always draw the Nazi at 90. Never draw at a 45. That's how you know.
Yeah. Errol Martin, yeah, I think that he posted this picture because he was like, look at this guy's cool tattoos. But no one has even bothered to figure out if this is actually the guy's account. Again, I'll post some proof that shows that it probably is his account, but there's no proof that this guy is him.
SS means a Sanders support.
Yes, there's no proof that this guy is him because there's no. And also, if you're a Nazi and you get and you get the swastika put onto yourself at that angle. I don't like. You're a bad Nazi, right? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Also, there is so much cooler shit that you can get tattooed if you're an actual Nazi.
Well, again, like I would say, like, what I find so weird about this is like again having the Schutzstaffel is like the most like generic shit. Like people who are like legitimate neo-Nazis, they usually get like Wolfspangles or Sonnenrods,
the
right?
Nazi eagle or something, yeah.
Yeah, or Wolfspangles or Sonnenrods. So I'm not saying this guy isn't a Nazi necessarily, or whoever this person is posted. He's got no face. We have no idea who he is. People have reverse image searched a lot of the images and found them to be reposted. I don't think about this one though, but it's probably it's also possibly just got it off like 4chan or something. You know what I mean? So, for example, other weird shit that this guy on Twitter thought was very important to point out is that he posted screenshots from Tim Pool videos, and this somehow means that Tim Pool is
radicalizing people into
Nazism. Yeah, the legit ones get black suns. Yeah, Sonnenrods. Yeah, exactly. The Allen shooter didn't have any friends or groups in his OK profile. Nice of you to put that in a little side note here. This guy had no followers on this profile, and he had no groups. He was literally just posting into the fucking ether on a Russian social media site in English. This stinks. Do you know what I mean? This smells so bad. It also glows in the fucking dark.
Average Ukrainian soldier, yeah.
Now, there were these things where...
Everyone so far has said it's from the feds. Even Elon Musk.
Yeah, yes, Elon Musk... Even Elon Musk said this
screams fed.
Stinks of feds, yeah. It stinks of feds.
Yeah.
So there's these screenshots he posted on his phone that he was going to be in the area, or that he was in the area of him looking up the times when there was most people at the mall that this crime was committed at. So that's why I don't know if this guy's the guy or not, but this is so fucking bizarre. Now, here is his name. Why would you post this on social media? On social media where you have zero, no one's responding to your posts, right? He's literally posting onto a Russian outlet where no one responds to him because he's posting in English, and it's a Russian website where people don't fucking speak English.
Shady in and of itself, actually.
This is bizarre. So
Absolutely.
Here's Mauricio Garcia. Here's the Spartan Armor Systems, supposed like. Here it is. Here's the receipt for all these guns that he bought in 2020. This stinks, dude. I don't even know what it is, but this is the stinkiest ass shit I've ever seen. And they also, by the way, claim that this was him. These pictures were of him in one article. They're not. It's not. Okay. Violent. He talks about incel stuff here. He links to some YouTube page. The YouTube videos are down. There's one video that was set to be posted after the killing, where he pulled off his message like, "Not what you were expecting, huh?" I've seen it, by the way, because it's like he pulls off his message like, "Oh, look, I'm brown," because he's a Mexican, by the way. And we'll get into that, by the way, the Mexican stuff. So here he says, this post was inspired by libs of TikTok.
Yeah, right.
And then he just goes on like an unrelated rant about how he tried to prank his Jewish teacher by saying Sieg Heil and shit to her. It's ridiculous. It's so incomprehensibly insane. Like, if this guy is real, he was a sincere he was a sincere no matter what, not no matter what. But in some of his posting, like, he wrote these like insane screeds, right? Outside of this, and he talks about how much he hates white people. me see if I can find it. It was in our. It wasn't. Of course, it wasn't in this post. Now, was it? It's in someone else who archived it. I have it in my video, but he has a thing about how much he hates whites. It's very interesting. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, here we go. This is supposedly from one of his memoirs. Excuse me if this is wrong, but unfortunately, it's almost impossible to find accurate information about this because it keeps getting deleted.
Funny that.
It says here, if Mexico takes over the United States, I really don't want to share the spoils with the other loser races. I don't even want to share the spoils with other Latinos. But this guy's a Mexican, okay? A Mexican American. Like the Cubans and Puerto Ricans, Latinos stand up my ass. I'm a child of the corn that likes to munch on beans and tortillas. I remember hearing some loser white-hating Mexican guy telling Hispanics men to get a white girl so that they don't have white babies. Stupid motherfucker, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I'm not taking one for the team and getting with a bitch from a race I don't like, meaning white people. What's going to happen when you have dozens or hundreds of thousands of Nick Fuentes running around then? Then what the fuck are you going to do? He hates everybody. He's just a lunatic. And yet, what is the media reaction?
White supremacy.
Let's watch it on the correct outlet for this instance. Okay, that are you. You sent it to me on this platform, probably without knowing, but it's funny. Let's watch this insane fucking reaction.
Tonight on the readout.
I went to the first person.
When was the?
I don't know, like 30 minutes in.
Was it 30 minutes in?
And the Allen, Texas mall attack is the deadliest attack of the year since the ballroom massacre that left 11 people dead in Southern California. So, this is what America is now, everywhere, but especially in red states. Per the CDC, the states with the highest gun death rates are all red states, with the exception of New Mexico, while the lowest gun death rates are found in blue states. But let's face it, we are all literally on a Russian roulette lottery, just waiting for it to be our turn to run screaming from gunfire. And if you manage to not get dead in a mall, at a restaurant, in the Walmart or another store, at a concert, at church, in school, in third grade, in high school, or in college, or even inside your own home.
Yeah, who said MK Ultra? Yeah, giant boar monster. Definitely not an MK Ultra victim there at all. No. But I use the word victim very
liberally
because he fucking kill people and should be in the fucking dirt. But sounds like an MK Ultra experiment. How about that?
Home, consider yourself lucky because America is a shooting gallery. Again, especially the red states. And all that Republicans have to offer for this state of constant terror. It's so cute that this happens right after. People get killed every fucking day in blue states.
Yeah, you have some of the highest crime problems in the entire fucking United States.
Isn't it cute that this happens? That she's on. Look how smug and happy she is. Right after Jordan Neely got killed. A man who deserved to be killed, in my opinion. Not meant to be killed, but to be subdued, right? Who got killed because he was probably high on like an insane cocktail of drugs. It's like, oh, why fucking gun violence? Okay, Joy.
Our thoughts and prayers. One Texas lawmaker even doubled down on it. After all, God works in mysterious ways.
Many people argue that prayers aren't cutting it. Prayers are not preventing the next.
Prayers.
To prevent their solidarity, you idiot.
I
know you wouldn't understand that, Joy, seeing as the fact that you're not really human, and the fact that your name is ironic. It sounds like you don't know what Joy actually even means.
That legit. Hang on, that actually kind of hurt me. It didn't hurt me. Just it didn't trigger me. It stun locked me. Where like it broke my fucking resistance. And like, oh shit. Prayers, Joy.
You can't let this woman
are not. But here's the thing: prayers, Joy, and forever this bitch is too. Prayers are You can pray for someone who's suffering from cancer or someone who's suffering from some kind of interpersonal problem they're facing in their life. But you also pray for the dead. It is not meant to stop it. How? I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. They're like, well, your thoughts and prayers aren't going to stop anything. No, my thoughts and prayers aren't going to stop anything because we live on this mortal coil. You fucking atheistic dumb bitch. My thoughts and prayers go to the souls of those who have lost their lives. How can you not understand this? It is not that complicated. It is not, no. Stop it. Thoughts and prayers means that my prayers will go to your children and your family members to pray that they are welcomed into the arms of God. It has nothing to do with your stupid bullshit. I actually kind of love and think that it's curious that they get so triggered by that phraseology, because I think it's because they're satanic. Why do they get so mad about us being like, I will pray for you? Why do they get so mad about that? Oh, I know why. Because you worship the Antichrist. That's why, bitch. All right. I'm sorry. I just think so. Sorry. Why else would you get so mad? Why else would you get so upset about it all the time? That I pray for your soul. That I can't do anything about it because you're dead. You're dead. I can't do anything about that now. I can't. Except for pray to you.
You're scaring me.
Sorry, then why do you get so mad? Sorry. Did I scare you? No, I didn't.
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit.
Sorry. Why? I just don't understand. Oh well, let's go on.
Mass shooting. What is your response to that criticism?
Well, those are people that don't believe in an almighty God who is absolutely in control of our lives. I'm a Christian. I believe that he is. And I know people want to make this political, but prayers are important.
Yes,
they are powerful in the families who are devastated right now.
And here's the response of Dean Cain, former actor, and let's face it, the worst Superman, who also sits on the board of the NRA, the premier death merchant in America, in that it owns lock, stock, and barrel, an entire political party whose members have been trained to love guns more than they love your or even their own children.
No, that's
Cain
why they
tweeted
like
in
guns.
response to the Texas.
You fucking moron.
Yes, to prevent people. Again, okay, wait. Let me try again. Let me try to like make this make sense. Okay, you're not allowed to have guns to defend yourself against crazy people who want to kill you. But then also, if someone kills you and they're a crazy person, and you go, "Well, I pray for the souls of those who were lost," then you're a fucking loser. There's no winning with these lunatics. There's literally no fucking winning. There's no winning ever with them. There's no winning ever with them. I can't even pray. I can't even pray for the souls of lost children without stupid fucking lunatics like Joy being like, look, I know where my soul's going at the end of the day. You know, like maybe it you know, probably, to be honest, but it's certainly not where yours is going, Joy. I'll put it that way. And that
ours is going to hell.
No shit.
You're not going to
Small
be
shooting
Uncle
quote.
Ruckus.
I prefer
No. This is so evil. Shitting on people for praying for children.
Yeah, that's kind of low, even for you, Joy.
It's sick. And that's not the first time. They do it all the time. They're like, oh, they're just praying for children. Why don't you? They're already dead, Joy. What else are they supposed to do? Throw a party? What would you like them to do? Throw a little party and dance? Well, what we can fucking do as living people is pray for the souls of people who are dead. What else do you want us to fucking do? You fucking lunatic. Sorry, this makes me so angry. It's gone.
dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. A perfect encapsulation of the NRA and Republican point of view. Unless you think Cain is smart enough to have composed that line, you should know that he was quoting Thomas Jefferson, who actually wrote it in Latin.
Actually, she gets so fucked up on this. She doesn't understand at all exactly what Thomas Jefferson and James Madison are talking about. She's so stupid. She can't understand it. Sorry that thing keeps popping up on the screen. It's this horrible website.
Malo periculosum libertatum quam quietum servitutum. In 1987, Jefferson was writing to his fellow slaveholder, James Madison, about Shays' Rebellion, a violent uprising by Massachusetts farmers that began the previous year. The farmers, led by a man called Daniel Shays, a veteran of the Revolutionary War, were debt-ridden and opposed the excessive Massachusetts property taxes and penalties imposed upon them after the war. Eventually, hundreds would march to the state armory, threatening to overthrow the government, January 6th style. But the attempt was unsuccessful. Jefferson.
Well, why is this? What the fuck is the point of going over the entire history of the Second Amendment when she's going to misinterpret it in the end anyway?
Right now, it sounds like MCAP is considering you're complaining about taxes.
She's just gonna misinterpret this. It's so pointless. She's just gonna misinterpret it, as she obviously does.
His attitude about all of that was, I hold it that a little rebellion now and then is a good thing, since at least liberty and democracy.
Yes, and you don't understand what liberty nor democracy are, Joy. You want a totalitarian, massive Democrat state that controls every single fucking thought that people think. It's just that you define your totalitarian dictatorship as democracy. That's the difference.
Democracy were better than monarchy.
False also. I love it.
Jefferson, of course, didn't think that about the liberty of the men, women, and children he enslaved, including the teenager he was serially raping. A little rebellion by them would have brought on a whipping. But I digress.
No, you really don't. You really don't have zero respect. By the way, I don't think that you could call Jefferson's slave, who he, by the way, freed later, as was raped. I don't know if she would have defined it that way. But nice for you to insert yourself into it, Joy. Slosher for $5.50 Canadian says, when they ask how many kids need to die before you give up your guns, it's not a rhetorical question, it's a threat. Yes, I know. I am very well aware. And thank you for that super chat. This is very accurate.
At that time that Jefferson wrote that line, that Dean Cain would later use to demonstrate his callousness toward dead children.
Again, Jefferson freed his slaves, including the woman who was the mother of his children. So, who you might be descended from in some way. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
At a mall, there was no Second Amendment because there was no U.S. Constitution. America was still under the Articles of Confederation. George Washington wouldn't become president of the United States until the actual
George Washington should have become king of the United States.
Constitution was enacted in 1789. And the precious Second Amendment wouldn't even be adopted until 2 years after that, in 1791.
Have you seen this new little weird cope they've come up with about how the Second Amendment isn't part of the founding documents?
Yeah.
Because it was it was 2 years later. So then, therefore, the Second Amendment's not part of the founding documentation.
I mean, you and I would know that because we're...
It's part of the Articles of Confederation, which is the precursor. You can go in here and say all you want, Joy, but your historical knowledge is fundamentally incorrect. Your summary here is awful.
In the shadow of yet another violent citizens' rebellion, the Whiskey Rebellion in Pennsylvania, which was also about high taxes. Slaveholder George Washington was so enraged by the Shays' Rebellion that he wrote letters.
She's excoriating fucking George Washington. She hates this whole country. Joy Reid, let me tell you what. Leave.
Where would she be going?
Go to Nigeria. I don't know. You hate white people so much. Go. Get out of the country. You hate it here so much. Leave then, bitch.
You do realize that Africans do not like Americans.
No, I know. And they hate when Americans move to Africa. I've spoken to Africans, like black Africans, who are like...
they're lazy.
Yeah, because they think they're lazy. And I've spoken to black Africans who don't like black Americans. They think they're lazy. Lance for 5 says, if the American slaveholders had treated them in the smart way, the way the Arabs did, we wouldn't be enduring these periods today. Well, Lance is talking about how the Arab slave traders castrated all of their slaves.
Yeah.
And killed
them. That you would not have this problem because you'd all be eunuchs.
Well, isn't it weird that Joy Reid has no problem with the Arab slave trade?
That's because this doesn't involve white people.
Oh yeah, weird. Okay, that's cute. Interesting.
Excoriating these kinds of armed uprisings, saying in one letter to his military aide David Humphreys, quote, Commotions of this sort, like snowballs, gather strength as they roll, as if there is no opposition, in the way to divide and crumble them. I am mortified beyond expression that in the moment of our acknowledged independence, we should, by our conduct, verify the predictions of our transatlantic foe and render ourselves ridiculous and contemptible in the eyes of all Europe.
What, did you even explain what that meant? No, you didn't try to contextualize it at all. Like, when you and I read a historical document or historical text, we contextualize it to make it sense what it means. She doesn't. She just reads it and then goes, no, you... Oh my god, what a fucking heinous bitch.
Ironic that today we find
How's it
ourselves
ironic?
rendered ridiculous and contemptible.
It is ironic.
Due to our gun massacres. The founders that Republicans worship hated rebellions, farmers' rebellions.
Spoon, kill me. Spoon, kill me, please. The
She
founders
hated
who were
rebellion,
rebels.
so they wanted to arm the population to prevent the rebellion if the state were to get tyrannical.
The founders who were literal rebels hated rebellions.
I mean, they rebelled against the British monarchy.
The founders who literally rebelled against the British Empire using guns hated rebellions.
That doesn't make a lot of fucking sense.
Ooh, I want to scream. What a fucking sociopath. Joy Reid. I mean, I don't know. Is she crazy? Is she stupid? I don't know what it is.
She's definitely stupid.
Well, she's definitely stupid, yeah. But I don't know if I think she's also kind of evil, because this is nuts, dude. Like, what?
Because she's not white.
No, I think it's not something to do with her being black inherent. I think she's just a fucking idiot.
Slave rebellions.
No one ever accused
And they
her
wrote in an amendment designed to
not.
quell them, not to encourage them. By writing into law, the state militias.
She's saying the Second Amendment was designed to quell
Rebellion?
uprisings? I mean, technically it is. Technically it is.
Yeah, but
it is. Yes, versus the state. Read it again. Let's fucking read it. Amendment. Let's read it so we can all be sure that we understand what the fuck the Second Amendment is. Why is this? It's very simple. It's not complicated. It's real short. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to secure a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. This is some very important things here. Do you see these commas?
Just read the Federalist Papers, you bunch of mongs.
I know to read the Federalist Papers. I'm saying she's just talking about the Second. She's just talking about the Second Amendment. So we're just reading the Second Amendment because that's what this stupid idiot is.
Like a
ludicrous woman is talking about. All right.
Just read the Federalist Papers, you bunch of mongs.
These are in commas. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. They'll be like, but it's to make a militia. So what? A militia is the people's army to do whatever the fuck they want to prevent themselves against a what? Oh, a totalitarian or tyrannical government to secure a free state. It is the simplest. I don't understand how anyone cannot fucking comprehend this phraseology. It's so fucking simple.
Yeah. It literally says, shall not be infringed. It's pretty absolute, actually.
Galactic Emperor Slurm for 2 says slave blood is a number on joy. Maybe. But I don't understand how anyone could be confused by this phraseology. It's extremely, it's not, it's explicit, it's both explicit and open in that it's not saying like, well, you can only have this kind of gun or this kind of firearm. No, keep and bear arms, any kind of arms. I believe you should be able to own a fucking nuke, by the way, if you so feel inclined and have the capacity to pay for it. So, I mean, I'm a little bit extreme. I'm a bit of an extreme libertarian. That's ridiculous. You don't understand, nor have ever even read the words of the Second Amendment. Now, have you, Joy Reid? You've never read the words of the Second Amendment. Try reading them. I'd be shocked if she could. Have you ever read the words of the Second Amendment? Fuck off. A well-regulated militia. By the way, also, if we want to get down in the dirty of what a well-regulated militia means. Regulated. What does well-regulated mean, Spoon?
Well, in this case?
What does well-regulated mean in the
Regulated,
context
the
of
Second Amendment.
1700 phraseology?
I mean, ordered.
Well-regulated in 1700s meant maintained, thereby properly armed.
Yeah, because the amount of people who seem to think that regulation means it's regulated by the state.
No,
and the
it meant
of the Second
yes.
Amendment was to be against the state. So why the hell would it be why would it be regulated in the modern sense against the very thing
Yes.
it's trying to fight? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
A well-regulated militia in the 1700s understanding meant to give firearms to the militia to make sure they were regulars, that they would be able to arm themselves. It's complete fucking nonsense. Sorry, I'm a little mad. I gotta calm down.
A little bit, yes.
Watching Joy Reid's not gonna calm me down, but I gotta get through this. Poof.
That all white men in the 13 states were required to serve in with their privately held muskets. Shays' Rebellion was put down when a group of wealthy Boston merchants put together a militia to put down the revolting farmers. The Second Amendment was written to ensure public order, not public chaos. The author of the Second Amendment, as it turns out, was Jefferson's slave-holding pen pal, James Madison. The idea that its intention was to encourage more uprisings like January 6th, as some Republicans have hit.
Oh my god.
What a lunatic.
Fucking cope. That's not even funny. That's just so cringe and gay. Jesus.
Did she really just say that the amendments were put out there to Thomas Jefferson sitting there 300 years ago to be like, well, one day Donald Trump. What a lunatic! Like, you actually, okay. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead. Be more insane, Joy Reid.
It is ridiculous. The idea that it was written to make mass shootings possible in a future these men of the 18th century couldn't possibly foresee is evil. Because what Republicans are...
What?
They wrote it in a way they couldn't understand, but it was evil. Because they couldn't understand it, but it was evil.
I don't even know what the hell she just even fucking said.
She's saying that they had a crystal ball to understand. I mean, but they also couldn't understand.
She's not
Joy
very
Reid,
smart, is she?
I think you might actually
be
a lunatic. Yeah, I think you might actually have a brain issue. Dear God.
Basically saying is that their precious Second Amendment is a suicide pact, a murder pact.
What? It's to be able to protect my property, and so you can protect yours. And she's saying that the American Founding Fathers were a suicide cult pact. This is maybe one of the most insane things I've ever seen.
In the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's always that way, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
In the last 5 minutes.
And a national consent to get slaughtered at the mall. Joining me now is Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez. Whose
Yeah, let's
district
join
includes
ya.
Uvalde, site of last year's elementary school mass shooting. And Shannon Watts, founder of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I do want to start with you, State Senator Gutierrez.
I'm kind of stun-locked by what she just said earlier. Like, that was maybe the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Is that the American Founding Fathers predicted that things would get this way, and they did it on purpose because they hated black people. Okay.
Gutierrez, to just respond to this latest round of useless thoughts and prayers from your state's leaders.
That's not an
I'm trying so hard.
Why? Do what I do. I don't get upset.
Useless thoughts and prayers. Fuck you, you atheist cunt. I don't care. You can be an atheist cunt all you want. Useless thoughts and prayers.
Yes, useless.
You are useless, Joy. Lance for 5 says Joy's just salty because the best arms at her ancestors could scrounge up were pointy sticks. Looks like someone's ancestors was bad at war. Oh, was somebody's ancestors just bad at war? Oh no, somebody's ancestors were bad at war. Oh no. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh no. Oh no. What are we gonna Oh no, somebody's ancestors not do very well in war. Oh, fuck you, bitch. No, like I wouldn't post mean things like this because it's extremely mean.
But it's Joy reading there for a fucker.
But
say it.
Oh, how dare you? Your thoughts and prayers for dead children. Fuck you. So much fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. Very deeply, fuck you. And I will not pray tonight for you at all, Joy Reid. I will continue to pray for the families and the children and the adults who died, but not for you, bitch.
Well, thank you, Joy, for having me. Listen, I think that we've all just had enough with the prayers. We want, common sense gun solutions. We want to get something done because that's what the citizenry across this state and across this nation deserve. We're living in a state of chaos right now, and it's chaos that has been wholly created by Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, and others. They have created a system in place over the last 10 years or so where we have a loose and lax system of gun laws. There really are no gun laws in Texas, not the kind of gun laws that Shannon Watts and others would like to see. The kind of gun laws that Republicans pose are how to give access to more militarized weaponry.
What the fuck? Oh my god, this is such insanity. Yes, give more people guns. Because guess what? You know what could have stopped this? A good guy with a gun. That's something that could have stopped it. Give more people guns. If people like this lunatic knew that there were guns everywhere, they wouldn't do this. Obviously.
We're in the state of Texas.
Society.
It's exactly an armed society is a polite society. It's not complicated. It's actually quite simple. Patchouli for 5 says, for context on who the militia is, check out 10 USC 256. Let me look this up. U.S. law code. Ooh, that's a lot of law code. Holy shit. I will check that out, but it looks a little bit complicated. I will look that up though. Thank you, Patchouli. It seems a bit complicated.
In point of fact, we've gotten very far this year in that we've got a good bill that got out of the House today. Sadly, I don't think it's going anywhere. We need to stop praying and we need to start doing something about this. The people in Uvalde, these people.
It's fine to pray when people are already dead, idiot.
In Allen, Texas, and beyond are demanding we do something.
And to talk about that bill, to stay with you for a second, Senator, so this was a surprise bill. After this shooting, the Texas House panel has okayed a bill that would raise the age to buy semi-automatic rifles. What people, I think, across.
Oh my god.
They will just get a handgun and use that instead.
It's, yes, semi-automatic rifles also. At least you didn't call it what's that word they always use? They always use that stupid fucking word. Yeah, AR style rifle. AR style rifle. AR. And they'll see automatic rifle means AR style. Do you know what AR means?
I feel like I should.
Armalite. Not automatic rifle. It stands for Armalite. And the stupid fucking leftoids think that AR stands for automatic rifle. Because they're so fucking stupid. It's an Armalite. It's a specific type of rifle. It makes me want to shoot myself when I hear them be incapable of understanding what the fuck. Or they say assault weapon, an assault rifle. What the fuck does that mean? It literally has no definition. My assault rifle. It means nothing. But it doesn't mean anything. Assault rifle means nothing. Kalashnikov. Yeah, fucking stupid. It's so infuriating. It makes me want to. It does make me want to shoot myself. Holy shit.
Across the country don't understand that gun regulation really applies to pistols. If you want a rifle, even if it's a semi-automatic rifle, basically the civilian equivalent of an M16, you can just buy one, at like...
Yeah, because of course you can. Because it's your right as an American.
A good store or like a pawn shop. So you don't think that modest bill out of the House can pass?
And by the way, there's all kinds of restrictions. You can't buy any kinds of those rifles if you've had any kind of gun, if you have been at any point institutionalized in your life, by the way.
Does that include
So-
postpartum depression?
Yeah, for any reason.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I was again, I was suicidal at one point. I was institutionalized years ago while I was in grad school because I was like overworked. And so I can never own a gun in the United States unless I have to like go through a huge process to own another gun, a firearm in the United States. Because at one point I was suicidal. These people lie so much about how easy it is to buy a gun. It's not. It's really, really not. They're just liars. They're just liars.
Pass through the Senate or the full House?
Well, sadly, as you just said, Joy, we have it.
Oh, did you say they can't buy M16s? No one can buy a fucking M16, by the way.
An age limit on handguns. We have no age limit on AR-15s. To your point, you can't pick up an AR-15 if you're 18 at all of those shows, at all of the gun shops, but you can also pick one up at a gun show where you don't even have to show an ID. This is the kind of system that these government...
Lies. That was an abject, overt, outright lie. You need to show it in every single state. You can't just roll up. This is an... How can they go on national television and just lie like this? It breaks my brain. How can they just go on TV and lie? Wow. That's an overt lie, dude. Lance for 5 says, speaking of good at war, do either of you play Civ? I do all the time. Look up how busted the redcoats are. I know. Truly a worthy representation of the British Empire. Thank you, Lance, but I love it. That is an outright, overt, abject lie.
That these Republicans have put in place. No ID. All you got to do is say that you're a...
No! This is so wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong. You're lying. You're absolutely lying. A Minnesota Feds says, boss, let it go. Guns are another leftism wedge issue. Nothing will change because they can't afford laws to change. Yeah, I know. I got to shit here about this for like another 5 minutes because after this I got to go and play Risk with a communist. But yeah.
U.S. citizen and you haven't had a felony. If you're not buying from an authorized dealer at the gun convention,
not a felony. Not a felony. If you have had at any point in your entire life had a mental health crisis, you can't buy a gun. You loon.
then you walk out with your fully loaded AR-15, and because of the laws that the Republicans have put in place, you can walk down Congress Avenue in Austin, Texas, and no cop can even stop you or ask you a
Great, I would love, because it's your right to own a fucking gun, idiot.
question. That's just complete and utter chaos. But that's the state of...
It's not chaos. It's the American way. For you to be able to fucking walk around with a gun. Good. Holy shit, dude. Sorry. Sorry, Spin. I just hate this shit.
affairs in Texas. And believe it or not, that happens in Texas daily.
Great.
We have people that want to do their demonstrations in that way. We're completely lost.
Wait, obviously what he's implying here is that he wishes that was not the way. He wants that to stop. He doesn't want you to have your Second Amendment rights. Yep.
It's sad, but I don't think that this bill is going to go any further. But listen, hope springs eternal. And those Uvalde families has worked very hard.
Yeah, that hope springs eternal that we can make sure that we can take people's firearms away from them. Yep.
Lunch with them today, and they're going to continue working. We got to continue putting pressure on those Republican House committee chairs and the Calendars Committee. I urge everybody in Texas to call their state legislator and demand that we do something now on this issue.
Do what?
Shannon, let me go to you because, Texas had 9 mass shootings in the past 14 years. And all that's happened, as the senator has pointed out, is that they just made the gun laws looser in the state of Texas. In fact, the governor of Texas, he tweeted the following in 2015. I'm embarrassed. Texas is #2 in the nation for new gun purchases behind California. Let's pick up the pace,
Let's
Texans.
go.
And he put the tag, the NRA, in that. And to that point about the AR-15, I mean, if more guns made, the state more safe, as you have tweeted, Texas would be the safest state in the union. It said it is the massacre capital of the world.
Oh, gee. The massacre capital of the world, is it, Joy Reid? Do you want to look at any of the actual statistics there? Or do you want to lie? This is astonishing. Watch this.
Not just the United States. Eugene Stoner, who invented the AR-15 in the late 1950s, and this is what his...
Oh, she's not going to give any statistics there, is she? Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Texas is the homicide capital of the United States. And then no citation. Just dropped. I mean, It couldn't be California or New York City, could it? Joy. States where guns are very, very heavily regulated and yet have insane gun violence. Oh no, why wouldn't you want to put up any statistics there, Joy, you fucking loon? You wouldn't want to let anyone know anything about the statistics there, would you? How cute. I hate this bitch, dude. I only got like 3 more minutes, Spoon, forgot to head out.
His family said had no interest in civilians using his invention, according to C. Reed Knight, who considers Stoner his mentor. He looked at this thing as only for the military side of the house, Knight said, adding that Stoner would have been horrified by the idea that he invented the tool of all this carnage in the schools. This was invented for the military, and yet if you have a mind to do a mass shooting, you can pick one up on your way to the mass shooting without any background check. Your thought?
That's not how it works. And yet, Joy, where is the gun crime mostly committed in the United States? Oh, is it New York, Baltimore, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco? Cities that are heavily, not just heavily, but entirely blue, that have entirely blue governments, that have banned guns. And yet, for some reason, gun crime continues. It is a perpetual conundrum, I suppose. You'll never figure it out. Anywho, I gotta go play Risk with Kami Mark. So, Spoon. Hello. Spoon. Hello.
Nope.
Jesus. Hello. Did you wake up?
No, me the whole time.
Okay. No, I think you fell asleep.
No,
all right.
I'm here.
We're going to have to do another stream to finish not just this video, but some other stuff.
Indeed.
So let's leave it here because I got to go do other things. Well, not unfortunately. It's very fortunate. I'm going to go play Risk with Kami Mark, which would be very fun. So we're going to leave it here for tonight. Let's go we could do it tomorrow or whenever. Is tomorrow cool with you? I'm down with tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That makes sense. It sounds fun. So maybe we'll see you guys here as long as everything's cool tomorrow night. And to cover the rest of the news that I couldn't get through tonight because I'm sorry. Anywho, love you guys. See you all here tomorrow. And bye-bye.
Nighty night.